And we're finally here. Avengers Endgame. But it's like the 22nd movie because the last one is, what is it? Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yes, be the
Look at
last one of the series.
look at that. Endgame. I'm all prepared today with my time travel shirt. Is that what they call it, the time travel shirt?
It's the Stark time travel suit.
Oh, it's a Star time travel
I
suit.
don't know. We're gonna go with it, okay?
The Avengers time travel suit.
Yeah, but it was Stark's idea. I mean, it's using nano type now.
Oh yeah, you're right, because the helmet and everything.
Yeah,
So were you excited for this movie when it came out back in 2019? I mean, it was like
I was.
you were, huh?
Oh yeah, I went and saw the theater. I was in a hurry to go see it.
Wait, you saw it in the theater on day one, or what did you say?
I probably saw it later on. I didn't see it. I don't see anything on day one.
Oh, you don't see anything on day one. So I had the same thought process too. Like, well, I told my wife like, hey, I'm not gonna see it on day one. So when we went to work, right? She worked with a whole bunch of people that saw the midnight showing, then still
Yeah,
show up to work at like a 7 a.m. Right? Because this movie is like a little over 2.5 hours, and just hear from her coworkers talking about it. She texts me about like almost 9, 10 o'clock, right? And she was like, "You need to get tickets now because we need to see this tonight." And I was like, "Are you sure?" Yeah, she was the one who told me we need to see it, and
yeah.
I was the one who's been waiting since I was 11.
Since you're 11, what are you, a time traveler?
Yeah, because like let's catch up with let's get stuck with that theme. No, like with the Infinity War comic books and things
Oh,
like
okay,
that. With
okay,
Infinity Gauntlet, I've been waiting for this for a long time, and she
okay.
was so excited to see need to see this. And like, we went to see Black Widow, right? Even if the 4 o'clock, like 4:50 show, she usually falls asleep. And before we went to the theater, she drank like a Monster energy drink, and I drink one of those 5-hour energy drinks just to prepare myself. I don't want to fall asleep because we went to see the late night showing too, like at 11, to make sure our boys go to sleep before we saw this movie. So yeah, we
Wow.
saw this on day one, even though I did not want to, just because I don't want like a whole big crowd. But
I
I
don't
think
want
my
that's
experience was
why.
really good. See,
Well,
okay.
plus I'm not gonna drive all the way out to where I gotta go see a movie at
Oh
night.
yes, yeah, you're right, because you live about an hour away too. So
Yeah,
that makes
man,
sense.
that's
Yeah.
like a lot of deer between here and there. I could,
Shane lives in West Texas, where there's a lot of deer and bobcats at night that he can hit just driving an hour to the closest movie
yeah,
theater.
yeah. It's I'll just wait.
Yeah. So,
Plus, when I wait, guess what? I get to see it in the theater by myself. I mean, I'm usually the only one sitting there watching it. So,
so that's good too, because I guess not a lot of people in your town watching this movie.
oh, there's a lot of people there, but
Oh, there was.
if you go during the day, there's not going to be anybody at the theater. I
No,
mean,
yeah, that's
it's
true
showing in
too.
several. If it's showing in several theaters, you get there at the right time.
Actually, I seen this movie twice in the theater, because first time was just me and Heather, and then the second time we took our boys, and then when
Oh,
we took our boys, we were like, I don't know if they're gonna make it to the whole thing, because the whole thing. Oh, what is the running time? Is it 3 hours? Let's see, 181 minutes. Oh yes, it is. It's
it's a
the
lot longer than you think it
Yeah,
is.
it's a lot longer because they go through so much, right?
Yeah, there's just so much going on. I mean, most of the thing is the story's not really that long. I mean, most of it's taken up at the end, like to the half point. You do all the time travel and they're already done by the half point of the movie. It's the end of the movie, it's them fight
Yeah,
doing all the
it's like
battles.
over an hour of the battle. It remind me
Yeah,
of a little bit like Lord of the Rings, the third one, the
yeah.
Return of the
The
King.
battles is the ones that take up most of the time.
Because I remember at the end when the battle started, right? I told Heather in the middle, like, this is even better than the Lord of the Rings. Because at the Return of the King, the battle scene was massive, right? Like there's
Yeah.
so much going on. I had never seen CGI to that level. If you imagine they made it in the '90s, right? They had to shoot a lot of this stuff for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now it's like
Like
all everybody's
the-
shot in front of a green screen. Like, I don't even know what the heck I'm doing. I just hope that I'm doing a really great acting job. Right? They just like, okay, act this way. Think something big is coming over. Like, dude, what kind of directions are
oh,
these?
yeah, there's a million people with you, okay?
Yeah, like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you're in a crowd of superheroes.
And I feel like the Academy Awards on this kind of stuff, right? When you see a scene like that, you gotta take into account like there's nothing for the actor to react to. He's just making this all up himself, and it matches every single other scene. You know?
Yeah, but they could give you Academy Award for just running around randomly out in
Oh,
the
not just
battle.
manning around, like just making sure like his reaction, like the actor's reaction,
Yeah,
right,
but a lot of those
matches.
actors, we can't even really see that because there's so many people on the screen here in this battle. You can't see most of their reactions.
Yeah, I guess that's true. They don't
You
want to give
know,
an Academy Award
like
just for like
zillions of people
an
coming out.
action movie. So okay, did you think that it was going to be a time travel thing? Like you could never guess that how they were going to resolve
The only
after
reason
what
I thought
happened.
it was well, personally, did I think it was going to be a time travel from Infinity after Infinity War? No, but I
No.
mean, I figured out it was going to be a time travel because people get on the internet and talk and talk and talk.
Oh, I didn't read any of that, right?
Okay.
I like there was
Yeah.
no spoilers. So the first funniest thing is I said this in the movie theater too. Like we're gonna go all over the place.
Well,
Not
that's the
go.
thing. I didn't read it. It was in the headlines on some of the
Oh, it
stories.
was
So
no. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't see anything
yes,
like that too. So I
somebody put
didn't
it
get
in
on
the
any
headlines.
spoilers.
Oh, Tony Stark's dad's going to be in this movie. I was like, time travel.
Well, you just
A
jump to that, like
flashback.
unless it's like something that they I don't know how they piece it together. So it was a scene. We're not gonna go scene by scene. We're just gonna talk all throughout this movie. The first thing I saw, right, like you know how they go over Hawkeye's thing, and then they have this little mouse, no, not a mouse, a rat, right, to that little storage facility, and then the rat accidentally turned on the quantum whim van thing. And then,
Yeah.
so when they did that, right, I told Heather immediately, oh my god, Splinter just free Ant Man. What? It was a big rat.
It was a pretty big rat.
Yeah, and then
But hey, there's a lot of rats. I mean, come on, the Earth is uninhabited. Half of everything's gone.
the funny thing is after that when he met up with Black Widow and Captain America later, and when he was explaining the quantum whim about like hey, it's only been 5 years, but for him it's been 5 hours, right? Right after that, I told her that like, oh my god, they're gonna time travel. Right? I had no idea at all until he mentioned that. Like I was so excited when
Yeah.
they were gonna do time travel, because
Yeah.
first of all, you and I both agree time travel is going to be very hard to do, like legitly,
Yeah.
like
Time
without
travel,
hoping to
I
feel
mean, I
complete.
don't know. You can mess up a lot of stuff with time travel,
Yes, you can mess up a lot of stuff, and then
especially if you got a series, a long series. Because I mean, they do time travel on Star Trek a lot,
yeah.
and it leaves a lot of extra questions and stuff that they can't even answer right.
So did this do the same thing to you compared to Star Trek?
No, this was well. This only been one movie so far, and even after seeing Loki, they've kept it together so far.
Oh, okay. So let's
As
not get
long
into
as the
Loki.
writers don't listen to the bullcrap that everybody's writing on the internet about what they think of the story, their time is correct. Because a lot of people are not getting what the end of time means.
Okay.
Because let's say this is prime timeline, we're
Mm-hmm.
at the end of time already.
Yes. Yeah. Every moment. I guess
Because
every
the end of
second in
time
him
is our
going. Yeah.
beginning of our future.
Right.
So
Oh.
a lot of
So
people are thinking the end of time, and the thing is, you got to think anything in our past. It's not anything about free will. It's just the way things are going to work because that's how they were done. I could go pick up a history book and tell you about how everything was done. Those people had free will, but if you're to go back in that timeline and watch it, you think they don't because they're going to have to do what they got to do unless you mess with it.
oh. So I was interested to hear what you just said about the time thing because there's only one movie, right? So
Yeah.
from Endgame's time travel rules, in this movie they mentioned a lot of time travel movies, mostly from
Oh yes.
Ant Man, from Paul Rudd, right? Like from Scott, and some from Rhodey too.
Oh, almost all of
Yeah,
Rhodey mentioned
Rhodey, like he
all
would
of them.
keep mentioning a lot of them, and I wrote
Scott
the
only
whole
mentioned
list
two
down.
movies. Yeah, Scott only mentions well three movies actually.
Back to
He
the
only mentions
Future.
Back to the Future,
He kind
Die
of
Hard,
said, no,
which
he
is
said
Die
Die
Hard.
Hard. Like, is that a time
I
travel
say Die
movie?
Hard, and Hot Tub Time
Yeah,
Machine.
he said the same time with a Rhodey on that one, Hot Top Time
Yeah,
Machine. And like,
yeah,
it's really funny. I didn't even notice the first couple of times. But I've seen this movie quite a few times. But there was a scene when they were brainstorming. It says time
yeah,
heist brainstorming session.
yeah. It says Time Heist brainstorming, and of course I let Thor to do the is the first person to talk.
It's talking about Ether.
But yeah,
Yes,
I want to shoot to the first of this movie though, because this movie starts off
yes,
right. Man, it's like the first scene in the movie sets up what everybody's feeling.
yes. Because everybody was gone, right? Because it starts off with Hawkeye's family.
Yeah, it starts with Hawkeye enjoyed his family. Plus, we get to see that he has an ankle bracelet,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm gonna go ahead and say people are like saying Ant-Man got out of his in 2 years.
Okay.
You know, I'm thinking Hawkeye probably had to keep his longer since he's a more dangerous individual.
He's a more dangerous individual, and he's been working with the Avengers. Yeah.
Yeah, so but of course he's teaching his daughter to use a bow and arrow. Which I want to point out the actress that plays his daughter is Russo, the director's daughter.
No way.
Yeah.
Because Joe Russo is also in the movie.
Yes, he is. Well,
Yeah.
he's not the only one of his family in this movie.
Yeah. Wow.
But
I
yeah,
did
that's his
not that.
daughter. So yeah, and of course, Hawkeye's teaching having a good time. Turns around to watch his family, and turns around and his daughter's gone.
Yes.
All you do is see that you could see that dust, but I mean, he doesn't know what's going on.
No, he doesn't know what's going on.
Anybody on the Earth would not know what's
No.
going on. Nobody in the universe, because really, what wipes out half of the entire universe.
Yep. Hey,
Nobody.
Oh no, that's only one thing I want to say because it was still in that scene, right? I think it's just like a little weird thing, but then when when her mom asked like, "Do you guys want mayo on your hot dogs?" and she's like, "Who the hell puts mayo on their hot dogs?" Like probably your brothers.
Yeah, of course, one of the brothers, one of the kids goes, "I want ketchup."
I want ketchup. Yeah,
But I mean, you have kids. That's what kids.
They put some weird stuff like because it tastes good, That's all it is. It doesn't but
they don't know the rules
good.
of eating a hot dog yet.
Like mustard, relish, ketchup. There's nothing else, or onions, but like a condiments, like put mayos on hot dog.
Yeah, that's just weird. That's
so I like that scene a lot because now it brings, because on the other two movies before Endgame, they go about Ant-Man and Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And now we finally get to see Hawkeye.
Plus, you're left with him panicking now.
Yes, because he doesn't know what to do.
Like he is going. Yeah, he doesn't know what to do, man.
So and you know what? You could tell that he never got with the Avengers to find out.
Yeah, he was. He was following the terms of his release.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, he went on. He's retired.
He's retired. He's retired again. Obviously.
Yeah. Well, last time he got out of retirement, look what it got him.
Yeah, what it got him. Yep. I think so. It goes with your theory of like he got a longer sentence because. You said you were going to retire, so we let you out of the Accords, and then you came back and broke them.
They're like, this guy can kill all the people. Ant-Man, nice.
Yeah, he's too nice. He just have an electrical engineering degree.
Then, of course, then the next scene is we see the Guardians of the Galaxy ship.
Yes.
Which is
because Iron Man and Nebula.
Yeah, it's all dark. Yeah, it's just floating. It's just Iron Man and Nebula, and they're playing table
football. That's perfect. Yes, that is so funny.
Cool. I like it. I like it because when he hits the football, she tries to grab it. It's like, whoa, you don't have to do that. And then he shows her. And the neat thing is he's getting along with her because they both need each other.
Also, I agree with that. And also, they were both suffering from depression.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that.
Because they both lost a lot of people all at one time.
They both lost, because she lost her whole team.
She lost her whole team, and
they both lost everybody they went there with. So it was just them.
It was just them left.
And he doesn't know anything about spaceships.
No, he doesn't know about spaceships.
He didn't know anything about spaceships.
And I think they were just reserving the power so that way
the thing is how he treats Nebula. I'm not going to say he let her win that game, but he played a fair game.
Yeah,
she won, and he congratulated.
He didn't take advantage of her because she didn't know the rules.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, because that's her whole life. She plays games against everybody, and she always loses. And it's horrible.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't see that.
Thanos makes her play games all the time, and then he takes parts of her body and changes them as robots.
Oh.
Tony Stark says, "Good game, you won."
Yeah, good game. Because she didn't know what that feel like.
Oh yeah, you can see it on her face. She's never won before.
She was confused on what just happened too. Oh, I didn't put that together. No, that's really good.
I think it made her respect Tony Stark a lot more.
Yeah.
It also showed Tony Stark's not a boogeyman.
No, he's just playing it by the rules, right? Exactly. Yeah.
Taught her how to play the game. He played a fair game.
He's like that since Civil War. He's playing by the rules. Yeah. No, that's really good. Wow.
Yeah, because you can see the expression on her face. She's so happy, and then of course it shows her helping him build stuff, and she's also repairing that cut that almost killed him.
Yeah, that almost killed him, and
of course he's got his messed up. Well, I guess he ran out of electricity for his nanobots, I guess, because the helmet's all messed up.
And then he's trying to record messages on it.
Yeah, he's just using to do a journal to Pepper in case they ever do.
They find it, yeah. And he said, "Don't put it on social media." He said, "Find this message, don't put it on social media." And then even from that, didn't they say it's 23 days after Infinity War, right? But then he always lost a lot of muscle mass.
Well, it's 22 days up to that point.
Up to that point, but they already lost. He's already lost a lot of muscle weight.
Oh yeah, you see it. Well, because they're hardly eating. Because remember, there's a scene where he hands Nebula the rest of the food, and she gives it back.
She gave it to him because she's like an android,
Yeah. Plus, I mean, it's just they are close people now.
Yeah,
They're a team.
it's tough. And like, you know, I what did I put a note here, start to rocket about Bilderberg. Oh, that's for later. That's when they get back on Earth. So did you
Yeah.
know that? Well, did it surprise you that Captain Marvel was the one that picked them up?
When I saw it at the theater, it was because, like I told you, I didn't go see Captain Marvel.
Oh shoot, that's right, you
That's the
didn't.
only reason. Because as soon as I saw that scene, I said there was like a crap. I should have went and saw Captain Marvel. Well, I mean, they quit showing it. I think about the time I didn't get to it. You
Oh.
know, I was gonna go watch it in the theater and I just didn't make it. And then they pulled it for some reason. Well, they didn't show it in the same theaters they showed.
Well, for you, right? Like,
Yeah, for us, for some reason
yeah.
they went and showed it at a smaller theater. You know, at the mall, one of the older theaters, instead of showing it at the nice theater where they showed Endgame, which kind of ticked me off.
Well, by the time they did that, it was probably an old movie, you know.
Well, no, I think that there probably a lot of people weren't going to see Captain Marvel. I don't know.
Oh, maybe, yeah, that could too.
So I
Oh,
didn't.
so it didn't surprise me, like, cause no, for you it was surprising, but it didn't surprise me and Heather because we went and saw Captain Marvel. Of
Yeah,
all the people, right? Like, if Tony Stark and Nebula were going to get saved in space, it's gonna be her.
yeah. So well, because nobody else from Earth can go to
Can go
space.
to space. She can fly everywhere.
I mean, yeah, the Hulk isn't going to build a spaceship and go.
And I think that time was when Captain Marvel was just flying around space trying to find Thanos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is. She was. Yeah, you're right. She's flying. Well, she was probably flying around originally. She didn't know what happened either.
No, she didn't.
All she knows is half the universe disappeared, and
And
she got
someone
a
paged her.
call from.
Yep, from
Yeah,
Nick
she got a
Fury.
page from Nick Fury. So
Yep.
when she gets there, ain't Nick Fury ain't there to tell her anything.
Yes.
So of course, she probably went. They probably started searching for Tony or any of the survivors.
Yeah,
Of,
just in case. Yeah, outside wherever
yeah,
they went. Wow.
because Tony Stark was probably sending a message, or him and Nebula was probably sending a message, because you know they were able to go. They'd get it, work on it, get it going, and it shut down. Eventually, it got to the point where
But
it
someone
was.
will find them.
Also, they were about to run out of air.
Damn. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah,
That's the reason
yeah,
they were
the
about to
ship
run out of
shut
here.
down. So yeah,
Ooh.
so yeah, which is pretty cool because you know that she grabs it and pulls it and lands it right in the
Yeah.
deal.
So she pulled that ship all the way from, I guess, Titan, right? Like they probably around Titan still.
No, they probably got farther away.
Yeah, a little bit farther, and then she went all the way back to Earth, just holding the
Because they
ship.
probably made a couple jumps too, you know,
Wow.
before it got damaged.
Yep. And
But
then that's
yeah,
when
and
you
then of
find out
course,
Pepper didn't die either.
yeah, we find out Pepper didn't disappear. She's sitting there. She's standing there waiting. Everybody that's
At the
left is
yeah,
standing there waiting.
at
For
the
them.
Avengers facility.
Of course, you see Tony gets down. You know, of course, Captain helps Tony get out of the ship,
Yep.
and then
Nebula.
Nebula sits down, and Rocket comes up there, and we realize. I guess we already knew it. They're the only ones left.
Yeah, the only ones
The
left us.
Guardians of the Galaxy. It's just Rocket and Nebula.
And Nebula.
And of course, you know, Tony Stark sees Captain. He's like, I lost the kid.
Yeah, that's a
Of
really
course,
good
Captain
emotional
looks at him
moment.
and goes, "We lost."
Yeah, we lost. Yep.
Well, yeah. Well, he's trying to, you know, they're trying to mend stuff.
Because they
So
said that before. They said that in the next scene when they like, you said when we lose, right? We'll do that together too.
yeah,
Well,
well,
we
you know,
lost.
they're sitting around the table. Yeah, of course, they're talking, and this is the 23rd day now.
This is the 23rd day now. Yes,
Yeah, this
exactly.
is
Yeah.
23rd, and of course, you know, they're talking. Of course, Captain asks Tony Stark. Tony Stark's not really mad at Captain,
No.
but he takes it out on him.
He takes it on him because like
Yeah,
he
'cause he
feel. I
quit.
guess in a way, if he feel that like if they would have done what he said to do it the first time, they
Yeah, I
wouldn't
think
be
it's
in
so
this
much
mess.
that they lost.
Yeah, it's just they lost. Everybody suffered a heavy
Everybody in
loss.
that room is sitting around angry they lost because even Thor is just sitting there and not saying a
Oh,
thing.
I think Thor, like in this whole movie, right? He hit the depression the worst.
Yes, he did. He lost it.
He lost like they like. I see this movie is so great. Like all these superheroes, right? They lost to one guy.
Yeah. Well, we also forget. I want to point this out too, and it'll probably come up in another show that Loki's dead. All right,
Yes, Loki's
but
dead.
he lost everything that Thor lost too.
Oh yes, same people. Mother,
Yeah,
father,
all those people lost everything.
Asgardians. Yeah, they
Yeah, it's
lost
like the Thor is
tremendously.
like he just keeps getting kicked even after he got Stormbreaker. Still,
Yeah, ever since we saw Thor, right? He just kept losing stuff.
yeah, he just couldn't stop. He can't stop. He's just on bad streak.
Yeah, he's on a really bad streak.
I guess in a way, it's Ragnarok never stopped yet.
Never stopped for him. It's the end
Because
of
Ragnarok's
Ragnarok.
supposed to be the destruction of everything, and it pretty much almost was. even
Oh.
after the seconds war, it just kept going.
No. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because I
see.
mean, he lost his brother. He lost his and half of his friends.
Half of his friends, Heimdall's gone. His father,
Yeah, and a lot of the Avengers.
his mother, all
And
his.
I'm sure he thought he lost Tony Stark.
Yeah. He
So
lost because his job, like Thor's job, is to protect the Nine
yeah,
Realms,
yeah,
and
he's
he
supposed to protect
lost
him.
so
He
many
lost
people.
almost everybody of the Nine Rooms. So
Oh
yeah,
man.
he's not happy. And of course, then of course Tony Stark gets all upset, starts yelling at Captain. Of course, he does tell him that what we saw in was it tells about the armor around the world.
Yeah.
We see
Then Age of Ultron.
And of course, Captain goes, "Well, that wouldn't work. You saw how that fell apart." And
Yeah.
of course, then he goes to the next one. We said in was it Civil War? No, it wasn't Civil War. It was in Age of Ultron. We goes, we might lose.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
might lose. Yeah, it's still Age
he
of
goes
Ultron.
like Captain America goes, "We'll lose together." And of course, he tells Captain America, "Where were you?" He goes, "You weren't there when I needed you. You weren't there." And he even hands him his rips off his RT unit, slaps in his hand.
Yes, I mean, like you say, you don't need it.
Yeah, also he calls him a liar.
Yeah.
He goes, "You lie." He goes, "And you take this and you go hide."
Yeah, I
But
don't understand why he called him a liar. It's just because he was awesome with you. Like even if they fought together, I don't think they would still have won.
I think it was I called him a liar because he wasn't there.
Oh, that was it, huh?
I'm sure that was it. He was upset, so he
You
needed to
didn't
pass
even
it back.
call him. It's the you
Yeah,
remember Infinity War? He should have called him immediately.
should have. Pride is a hard thing. And well, he
Pride is
apologized. He said something about it later in the movie.
yeah,
So
because it was just a hot. Well, we know Tony's a hot-headed. We talk about this.
yeah,
It was
he
Tony,
said
Doctor
that.
Strange, and Quill. You put three
Yeah,
hot-headed people in the same place at the same time. But then a lot of
yeah.
people like to blame Quill on it.
Hey, Quill was the one that lost his stuff when they had it
Yeah,
almost
they had.
lost.
I mean, they all almost off.
So
Yeah,
Quill gets the blame. I don't care if he's here or not.
yeah. It just yeah. It still happened. Okay.
He can go do his future war somewhere else.
Yeah. So like,
So,
you know what? I find it weird that the big four, right? Or I guess the big four would be Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, and Hulk. They were still alive. Like the snap didn't affect any of them.
yeah, well, we didn't lose any of the Avengers from the first movie.
No, we didn't. The
Yeah,
main four. Actually, you know what? Even Black Widow and Hawkeye.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody was
Yeah,
in the first movie didn't get lost,
yeah. None of the first Avengers got lost.
and they think Ant-Man's gone.
Yeah, they think Ant Man's gone because when he comes to, he goes. I guess they set up a memorial, right, for everybody
Yeah,
from the blip they call it. I guess eventually, yeah,
yeah.
the blip.
Well, also you see the computer when they're monitoring stuff. It shows all the screens with all the faces, and
Yeah,
each of the heroes sees somebody that
that they
they're
know.
lost.
Yep.
Yeah, none of the original Avengers.
And I
You
guess,
know.
well, before we even go to 5 years later, right? They
Oh,
eventually find Thanos because Nebula,
yeah.
when
Well, I
Nebula went
was.
back to Earth or went to Earth, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's the thing because Stark sees Captain Marvel, and he's like, "You're new blood. You
Yeah,
can
you know,
do."
blood. Yeah.
And it passes out. They put him in the hospital bed, but then she decides, "I'm just gonna go
Kill
kill him."
Thanos
Of
myself.
course, Black Widow's like, "Hey,
Oh yeah, we're about the superhero life.
yeah." Well, that's what Rhodey tells him. Yeah, he goes,
He
"Hey,
asked
we're
her, "Where
all."
were you?"
Yeah, Rhodey kind of is a little hard.
Yeah, and then I love her comeback. Like some of the planets out there don't have a team like you guys. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, she's been doing
yeah,
everything outside herself. Where were you
yeah.
guys? Yeah,
Where were you guys?
yeah.
So we don't really know what she's doing, but she's been off doing her thing,
It's
taking
probably
care
seeing
of
her
people.
thing like doing what an Avenger, like a
But she's,
person would do.
but she thinks she can go find Thor, and of course, I
Thanos.
meant not Thor, Thanos, and of course Thor comes out and he goes, "I like this one."
Yeah, I like this one.
Starts smiling, does she starts smiling before he says something.
That one was
And
really funny.
of course, though, they get the nice thing is Nebula already knows where he's at.
She does, but then even before they found Thanos, right? They found the signature where the stones were used again.
Yeah, they use Rocket shows them that they saw because she tells them where it is, and of course they go, "Oh, there was a giant electronic signature
Yeah,
or energy."
some kind of
And of course, on
radiation.
this planet, there's another energy. The planet doesn't have a name, as Thanos would call it, the Garden.
The garden.
And then, of course, they all assemble and go to this planet.
And this is the first time Captain America swore. He said, "Let's go get this son of a bitch." He said three bad words in this movie, and I
Okay,
counted
I
them.
don't.
He sure
Yeah.
did. I'm going to count them. So this is the first
Okay,
time.
good. Good. You can count them. I'll count other things.
Yep. But not like bad words, okay? Like he said son of a bitch, and then I'll say the other two as we go on. The third one is the worst, I guess. The third one is something that relates back to Age of Ultron.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So we'll go get there when we get
well,
to
the neat thing is, they get on the Guardian spaceship, and of course, Rocket turns around. He's like,
it's like this is your friend.
"Oh, how's it go to
Has
space?"
been just mixing like three people raise their
Yeah,
hand like
don't throw
don't
up on
go
my
on my
spaceship.
spaceship. That remind me of that last movie, Captain Marvel. Like, is this normal space turbulence?
No.
so, so it's Captain America, Natasha, and Hawkeye. No, Hawkeye wasn't there. Oh, it's Rhodey. They haven't been to space.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there's quite a few of them. I mean, come on, it's not. It's not like something people do on Earth.
Cause the Banner was on the spaceship. He didn't raise his hand because he'd been to space.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. He was on another planet.
It was on a whole different planet.
Yeah, he was on a wild ride through space and time, all kinds of stuff. So he's already done it.
So in the trailer, right, they show you Thanos put his armor on a scarecrow, right? It looked exactly like a comic book. In that scene, that's exactly what Thanos does when he's, I don't know, I guess I would call it farming his garden. Because he looks like he's growing corn, right? He looks like a corn husker.
I don't know what he's growing. He's growing some nasty crap that I wouldn't want to eat.
Yeah,
It looks like a bunch of gourds.
whatever fruit and vegetables from his plant.
Yeah, sure. That's what we're going to call it. Looks like a bunch of gourds. I mean, what would Grimace eat?
I don't know. Corn. It looks like corn to me in the comic books.
You think it looked like corn, dude?
Like bamboo. I mean, like that plant. You know, whatever they. Oh yeah, I don't know what he grabbed. Like those
like
kind
a
of fruit.
bunch of Johnson grass with some ugly fruit in it.
Yep. And
He's
then,
a crappy farmer. All I can say.
Yeah, he's just a farmer. And then Captain Marvel was the first one to attack him.
Yeah.
Because she flew right in.
Yeah, she flies right in, and of course she grabs him from the back, and then of course Hulk busts through with Hulkbuster.
Yeah.
Or Banner with
Yeah,
the
Banner.
Hulkbuster. Which is funny because they originally wanted him to turn into Smart Hulk at the end of Infinity War.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
Well, no, he didn't. Not until 5 years
They
after.
wanted him. That was originally the concept in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but here he grabs him, so they all grab him, and of course here comes Captain America, and well, Thor cuts his hand off.
Yeah, immediately. Yeah, so that way he doesn't have the can use a glove.
Yep, and then they roll the glove over, and no Infinity Stone.
No Infinity Stones. And then they ask him.
Which, I mean, come on, because you think, what were you thinking when you saw this? Because I didn't think there was going to be a time travel movie. I didn't know how this was going to go.
See, I didn't know it either because, like, they said, like, so Thanos used it on Earth, right? And then when they said they pick up the signature, it's the same thing. So that means he used it again. So at that moment, it was like, why would he use it again, right? And then they explain it in 2 minutes. So like, oh, he used the stones to destroy the stones so no one can undo what he did. I'm like, that's brilliant. But
it's also temptation. He said it was temptation.
Oh, it is temptation. He's
he
right.
Wouldn't use it to do something else.
Yeah, he's right. It would be something else. So he didn't want anybody to use it.
He used the stones to destroy themselves and almost killed him.
Yeah, so he almost killed him. So I want to point this out. He's able to do this twice within like a short span of time. Like a month, like 3 weeks apart, he snapped it to kill everybody, right? Like 50% of the whole galaxy.
Yeah.
Then he used it again, like I guess 23 days later. 23 days later, right?
Yeah,
then he did it again. But it only almost killed him. So how powerful is Thanos? Remember when Hulk puts it on, right?
It's pretty powerful.
He's very
the
powerful.
first snaps didn't do any damage to him.
For who? The Hulk?
Yeah, no. The first snap didn't hurt.
It didn't hurt Thanos that much. It's only the second one.
Actually, none of the snaps he did hurt Thanos.
No.
But I mean, to destroy it, the stones explode. That's why it hurt him.
Yeah, that's why it hurt him. See, that's crazy, right? Because when the Hulk did it the first time to bring everybody back, in the other scenes, his arm was like almost gone.
They gave him a ratty little arm.
Yeah, and then obviously Iron Man died just using it once. And like, how powerful is Thanos? I remember Cody telling me like when they saw we didn't see the movie together. He saw he didn't think Thanos was that powerful. I'm like, dude, you have no idea.
Thanos may be I forgot what they thought Thanos is. He's not eternal.
They say he's something close to eternal.
Yeah, he's something the Eternals would fight.
Yes. But
he's like Star-Lord. He's kind of got like a Star-Lord thing going on.
Remember, I always point this out. He's the only one that I've seen so far in the series where he can pick up these stones with his bare hands. No one else has.
Some of the stones you can handle.
Yes, well, the Tesseract because it's inside a case.
Yeah,
right? And
but
the
some
scepter is in a thing.
yeah, but the time stone you can handle.
Oh, the time zone you can handle because it's a different power.
Yeah, I don't know if humans can handle. Hulk can handle it.
Right, because yeah, that's the one that when they gave the time stone to the
There's
Hulk.
a few other stones that seem like they can touch.
Obviously, not the Power Stone because we saw what
The
happened.
Soul Stone they can touch.
Soul Stone they can touch, so not all of them.
And the Soul Stone, and what's the stone that's in the scepter?
I can't remember that one. It's not the.
They can touch that one too.
They can touch that one too. It's a different energy. That's the
Yeah.
one that control minds, right? Or
The
control.
ether is the one you don't
Yeah,
touch.
the ether is they can't touch. The Power Stone
And the
you can't
Power
touch.
Stone you don't
Yeah,
touch
the
either.
Power Stone you don't touch. That's why I was able to hit Captain Marvel away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So it's still powerful anyway. And then right after, you know what? Let's go back to that hut, that farm.
yeah, we're jumping way ahead because
Oh, I love it.
because this is an important moment when he right here because
Yes.
you know that he explains to them they're upset and of course they call him a
liar.
Liar, yeah. Of course,
I want to
that's
point that out
Nebula.
too. When they say point out a liar, right? Because I'm going to bring this point back at the end of the movie. It's so funny that all the good guys, right, always think the bad guys are always up to no good. But I guess in a way, I see Thanos not a bad guy. Like, you know how a lot of movies
Well,
do.
he thinks he's not a bad guy.
He's not a bad guy, but he does things by common sense. If I do something right, I guess in a way Thanos is very OCD. Like, hey, I did something. I don't want anybody to mess up my stuff. No, I'm saying he's not OCD,
Yeah.
but in a way, like I don't want anybody to mess up what I did. So I'm gonna destroy the only thing that can undo what I did. So no way.
The problem with Thanos is Thanos thinks he's above everybody. He thinks he's a god.
He is. Thanos is a
He's
guy.
not. Yeah, he's got a little head there. He thinks he's like he knows everything. He can see the future, and he's the only person with this information that can do the right thing. That's what Thanos is.
Exactly.
He's so conceited
Yep.
that he thinks he's this. Oh,
he's a savior.
I can save. I am the savior of the universe.
Yep, but he's not. He's a jerk.
No, he's just a overseeing jerk that somebody never was able to. He was so strong that nobody's ever been able to put him in his place. But Thor puts him in his place because Thor chops.
Well, before Thor chops his head off because they didn't believe him, right? And then Nebula said, like, you know, my father's a lot of things, but a liar is not one of them.
Yeah, and then plus we also saw that in Infinity War. Remember when he tells Gamora he never taught her to lie?
Yes, exactly. He never taught her to lie.
So.
Which is weird, that because, you know, a villain that huge, right? He never lies. He actually, you know what? Throughout the whole time, he told you what he was going to do. He never, like, diverted anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
never.
Because like he said, some part in this movie, that's his destiny. It's going to happen.
Oh, it's destiny. It sounds so creepy.
Because he said he's always inevitable.
Yeah, inevitable. I love that when he says that. I'm inevitable.
He says that right before they chop his head off.
So, yes, he said that, right? And then they chop his head off. So at that moment, everybody is all like, well, so that's it? That's how they killed Thanos? It seems so easy, right?
Well, yeah, but most people's faces, they're shocked that Thor did it.
Yeah, me too. Who do you think was going to kill him?
I didn't think anybody was going to kill him.
Oh, you think they were going to let him go?
Well, they're probably going to do something with it, but I mean, come on, they're superheroes, not murderers.
Is it though?
Captain America wouldn't get him.
No, Captain America, like, if they didn't kill him, what are they going to put him in some kind of villain jail?
The only people in that group that normally would kill somebody is Black Widow.
Black Widow.
But she wouldn't have probably killed him.
Nebula.
Because most of them thought I think they probably thought they could get away to fix things by keeping him alive.
By keeping him alive and getting the stones back. And
I don't even think Thor knew what. I don't even think Thor intentionally did. I think he was just so angry. Just when he finally saw him, he just couldn't help it.
Yeah, he couldn't help it. You're right. So yeah, that surprised me that Thor did that too.
Because he chops his head off, and of course Rocket's like, "What did you?"
Yeah, what did you do? Like, I went for the head.
Yeah, like he in shock couldn't even believe he did.
Yeah, because Thor did. Yeah. Wow.
In a way, I think now he feels like when he cut Thanos' head off, he just threw away any chance to get anybody back.
Yes.
He just messed up again to him.
Yeah, it did. Yep. He's trying to right a wrong, but it was too late. I guess in Thor's eyes, Wow, this is a really good scene. So everything we've seen so far, right, for Endgame is like Ace plus.
Yeah.
Right? Nothing has.
Yeah, Thor's a broken man, dude.
He is a broken. Like ever since he asked Thanos, "What did you do?"
Yeah.
from
Well,
Infinity
yeah,
War.
he was already kind of stuck, but it just sent him over there.
It never got better.
Yeah,
And
it sent
even
him.
killing Thanos did not make it better. It's like that Batman thing, right? Vengeance is not the answer.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't fix anything. I mean, it didn't fix anything. That's
It
the
didn't fix
problem.
anything. Everybody was still gone.
Yeah, I'm thinking he probably thought, oh, I cut his head off. Everything's good.
But it's not.
Nothing is good. Yeah,
Because
now all the heroes are looking at him like,
nothing changes.
holding, we're holding this guy down and walk over and chop his head off.
Yeah. And then we go to now we go to 5 years later.
Yeah, we go to 5 years later where we see New York City.
And
This is, by the way, this is in the year 2023.
23, yes.
Year 2023. So that means we won't get to see. So we're not gonna be able to catch up until we get to year 2023.
By that time, Ant-Man 3 would have come out.
So all I got to say is half the population got to miss the COVID, so they're lucky.
So they're lucky. So yes. So I
They're
like
lucky.
one of the first things when Captain America was leading that therapy group is that they talk about the air and the water is cleaner because half the population.
Well, yeah, because there's no pollution. But we already saw that during the COVID too.
Yeah.
Everything got better while everybody was
Inside.
hiding in the house.
Yeah, they're not driving outside causing pollution.
Yeah. Even though, I mean, it didn't improve the world, but yeah. So they're happy. Of course, they got the support group and the main
Joe
guys
Russo.
talking about. Yeah, is Joe Russo the director? One of the directors.
I forgot. I don't
And
know who
also-
the other brother's name. Joe and who's it?
Anthony.
Anthony Russo. Okay. Oh, Anthony and Joe Russo.
And
Okay.
here's the neat thing. While he's talking, there's another guy asking a question. He's got a beard. Remember him?
Yeah.
That's Jim Starlin.
Oh, do you said
You know who
something?
Jim Starlin is?
No,
right?
no. Who is he?
Jim Starlin wrote Infinity Gauntlet. Go get your comic book. Its name's on it.
Oh, is that who? I see. I didn't know him because I never
He
seen
was
him.
the creator of Drax, Thanos, Gamora.
Wow.
He's the writer of the Infinity Gauntlet.
So when he write it,
No, the
like,
Infinity War. I shouldn't say.
it sounded like, hey, this guy's John Grisham. I'm like, I don't know what he looks like.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
Hey, guess what? That's well, I said the name. You didn't even know who I was talking about.
No, I didn't know. I didn't pay attention. Like,
There's names written on top of your comic book there, so it's.
I have to check that now. It feels like such a nerd
okay,
fail.
So we got Jim Starlin sitting there in our little group with Captain America. Of course, Captain America is still being optimistic because
he's always because he's always optimistic.
I mean, come on.
How did you like that therapy group? Like what they were doing, even though it was 5 years later. Like people are still crying.
Yeah, it was weird because didn't that sign? What did that sign say? Where do we go now that they're gone?
Oh yeah, where do we go now? It's 5 years, but people still can't. But then if you think about it, it's a huge hit to everybody, right? Like even on Earth.
It would be a huge hit to certain areas. Like New York City, that would hurt them if they cut their population.
Oh man.
You have all these empty rooms and stuff. People not being able to do a lot of jobs to keep everything running.
Yeah.
Because we see the Statue of Liberty and it's just got nothing but boats all around it.
Yes. I'm so glad you saw that.
Boats that nobody uses.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to fish. You don't have to fish a lot or anything.
No.
So.
No one's making that. Like, it
it
feels like everybody gave up, right? Nobody worked.
I wouldn't say that everybody gave up. It's just a lot of countries lost certain things. Because we learn about this when we watch Falcon in the Falcon.
Oh, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yes.
Remember, they have all the programs where they've been trying to get people to come to these countries so they have more people.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd lose some countries wouldn't be able to operate correctly because they use a lot of them work on cheap labor.
Yeah.
You can't really see it hurting the United States that bad. We wouldn't have people to take care of the older people.
Yeah, the older people, it's just devastating.
And of course, your armies would suffer.
Yeah.
And
What
some
else?
factories and stuff. But, I mean, of course, yeah, it would have to hurt trade.
Her trade, like against I guess in the whole world, yeah.
Yeah, it would hurt trade because a lot of the countries, especially like the United States, you depend on all these other countries to make their goods. There's nobody there to make their goods. So.
Wow. I never, like, they didn't go over that in the movie much, right? It's just things that we come up with, like, what would you do with half the world's gone?
Supposed to realize how horrible. I think the main thing you're supposed to get from it is missing your loved ones.
Missing your loved ones, and then...
That's why they started with Hawkeye at the first.
Oh.
The whole thing why these guys are talking about they're crying at the salad and stuff. Because they lost everything. They're gone.
Man.
I mean, if they cut half of the people away, you're most likely going to lose your people.
Yeah, it just, and then you don't get to choose, like Thanos said.
Which is the worst thing for everybody because they know that they lost somebody.
Yes.
So yeah, so then we shoot to San Francisco.
Ah, yes.
Which is your favorite scene where Splinter saves.
When Splinter saves Ant-Man. Yes, I'm gonna say that Splinter saves Ant-Man. That's how we're able to like. Imagine Splinter never saved Ant-Man, right? We would have no resolution.
Yeah, we would have a resolution, but yeah, but it's. I mean, the whole point is Ant-Man is like one of the biggest key to this movie.
Yes. Yeah, he
But
is the biggest
the
key.
thing is, what's it a place where they store? I guess there was a giant warehouses where they've been storing all these people because I guess some people think their stuff's gonna come back, or they're gonna auction it off because. But who's gonna buy it because there's not enough people?
There's not enough people.
But the neat thing is got was it Kim Jong?
Yeah, Kim Jong was on it because
Yeah.
he's in Community, like you're.
Yeah,
to the Russo brothers.
He's a Community by the Russo brothers, so he showed up, and he doesn't even have a speaking spot. I like it. He just kind of
he doesn't because like what happens like oh this guy's in there. What I'm going to tell him to like get lost? Like what are you doing here? Like
just lets him out, and he's like wondering where did this guy come from?
Yeah, where does that come from?
And of course, now Ant-Man's
stuff.
got to figure out what's going on.
No, that was really cool. Like so when Ant-Man came out, right? He didn't know it was 5 years later because you know what that scene looks like? It looks like 28 days later. When Cillian Murphy wake up from the hospital and he's walking around, he's like, what the heck's happening here? Like, it's exactly like 28 days later. I didn't realize that until I watched it again this week.
Yeah, plus, he stops that kid, tells that kid, hey, what happened? That kid doesn't say nothing.
Yeah, he doesn't say nothing because...
That kid was angry looking.
Yep.
But he probably lost all his family.
He lost his... Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't blame him because, in a moment like that, what do you say? Like, have you not been around?
Plus you're thinking... where did you come from?
Yeah, where did you come from, He's carrying, like, a wagon full of, stuff.
Yeah, carrying a wagon full of stuff, that's the question. I guess he figures it out because he goes to the park where they got all the names of all the missing.
All the missing, yeah, because he saw all the missing posters around, yeah.
And he's worried about Cassie.
Yes, he's worried about Cassie. Oh, I know. And he was, like, hoping he doesn't find Cassie's name. Then he saw his name. And I don't think he put that it was 5 years later until he found Cassie.
No, I'm thinking he must have figured it out at the park.
You think
but
so?
I don't think it registered with him that it's been 5 years.
Yes.
But I mean, I'm thinking he knows that was 5 years ago.
And that's why he was panicking so much.
Yeah. So he runs to the house, and of course he sees this older
girl. Yeah. It's weird, right?
Yeah. Well, it's neat. It's all that's kind of neat too.
So he definitely time traveled, even without realizing that.
Yes, he did.
Time traveled.
He time traveled, but he didn't time travel. Oh, yeah, he was time. That's basic time travel, anyways. I mean.
So actually, that answers us like so. The quantum realm does work. They
but
keep
he didn't travel
time
backwards. He couldn't travel backwards. Basically, he just was in the quantum realm, and everything slowed down for him in there.
Yes.
But it's like traveling through space. Everything's going to. The faster you go, the slower time for you.
Yes.
But the rest of the time moves as
regular. Yeah.
So yeah, this time he just shrank down. He moved at a slower rate.
Yep.
Popped out 5 years later. It is a time travel. And he lost when he found his daughter. He realized he lost 5 years.
Yes, he lost the time.
That's 5 years. He can't get back.
No, he can't. He missed a lot of Cassie growing up.
Yeah, he lost.
Because I guess she was like, I don't know. She might be 16, 17 by then. I mean, they didn't ever set her age, but
yeah, I didn't know because I don't know how old she was. She looks pretty older.
Yeah, from Ant-Man 2.
Yeah, she still looks like a teen. Well, she was older.
She was older. So. Yeah, she was. I would say maybe 8 or 9 probably.
Yeah.
But she's at least 12 or 13 by then.
Yeah. Yeah, so he lost all that time.
Wow, that's...
Of course, we go back to the Avengers.
When they have a meeting, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, it's Black Widow. Yeah, it's got that... Yeah, it's that meeting. Yeah, because I guess they are the new Avengers. Then.
They are the new Avengers, and I think
Black
they're going
Widow is
around.
actually running. Yeah, Black Widow is running the group now.
Yeah, what were they looking for? It's just a meeting for what? Like, what were they meeting about? Like, they're just giving updates.
People causing trouble, I guess, all over the universe.
So they were just checking it out.
Or whatever. I don't know how far that Captain Marvel flies, but they're probably looking for various things, trying to keep order.
Keep order.
Because a lot of the countries probably lost militaries, police.
Also chaos, yeah.
Yeah, but but she's like also managing out in space apparently because you have Nebula and Rocket doing space stuff, and you have Captain Marvel doing space stuff. You have Rhodey, we actually find out he's actually looking for other
Barton.
stuff. Well, he's not looking for Barton. He come across Barton.
Oh yeah, because he's going to where. Because he said that he feels like he's a few steps after he just left there.
And he, like he said, he doesn't want to find Barton.
He doesn't want it, like from what he's seen his own. Okay, so I want to touch on that. Okay, so you're right. So Rocket and Nebula are checking out space, but then Captain Marvel can cover more ground. So it makes sense for like, well, since she can cover more ground, you don't know how when she will come back.
We also forgot what's her name, Kea?
Yeah, Kea. Yes.
Well, she also is on the team. They actually make a neat thing because they mention Namor.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, because they talk about there's an earthquake under the Atlantic Ocean, and she's like, "Well, I want to know about it." Of course, she's like, "You know how you deal with an earthquake? Nothing. You don't go deal with it."
Is that what you think? They mentioned Namor?
Yeah, because that's why they mentioned the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, I didn't catch that, but I don't know much about that character.
Okay, well, eventually we're going to because he's going to appear in the movies now.
Oh, okay, I like that.
He is a character that's going to appear. I think he may appear in the next Wakanda movie.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because he's kind of an enemy of them.
Oh my god! You know what? You got me goosebumps going because you just said that.
Wow! I can see him popping out.
No, because I'm awesome time travel. Yes.
So whatever.
Okay, yeah. Whatever. Don't be so jealous, okay? Like a stock industry shit.
Yo, who made the suit?
There you go. Still above my pay grade here, okay?
You're welcome.
For people who are not watching the audio, I'm wearing the time traveler suit from the Avengers Endgame. It's one of those muscle tees.
Second time we've mentioned that.
It's one of the muscle tees, so it feels really good. I feel really good in it.
Do you feel like you're a superhero?
Yes, it feels so cool because
Do you think you could time travel and survive with that?
Right before I came out, right? Like right before I got on here with you, I came out. You know, I took a shower and everything, and I got this on, and I went to my living room, and Heather's looking at me like, "Oh my god, that looks so good." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, it feels so good too." So I start giving the Captain America speech.
She has to tell you that she's married to you.
Yeah. So I start giving the Captain America speech right before they time travel. You know.
Oh no.
Everybody knows their mission. You know, whatever it takes. Yeah. It's just so cool, so cool.
You die walking off.
I should have hold my shield at the same time. Oh my god, it is so awesome. I gotta take a picture of this tomorrow. So let's go back to Rhodey talking about Barton.
Well, also I want to point out, before Captain Marvel leaves, she turns to Rhodey. Remember?
What?
She turns to Rhodey and tells him to take it easy.
Oh no, I didn't catch
There's a romance between them in the comic books.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Rhodey's like Captain Kirk, dude. He's hanging out with the space chicks.
Oh, I did not know that. So I didn't catch that in that little glimpse. The only thing I caught is Rocket making fun of her hair.
Yeah.
Like, where are you gonna go get another haircut?
And what did she say? She shut it down really good.
She shut it down really good. She said like something about doesn't matter. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, well, she said something about she's fixing all these other problems. That's why she's not around. And of course, he's like, oh.
Yeah. That was it. Yep.
Get that little jerk up.
Yeah. Oh, Captain Marvel and Rhodey. Awesome. I like it.
That is awesome, isn't it? I mean, who knows? It's just in the comic books, but you could tell there was something there.
I couldn't catch that little scene, but okay.
Yeah, but of course, I like it. Black Widow's running the show, which is neat because it adds a lot more to Black Widow. And I want to tell you why. I wish we would have saw the Black Widow movie before we saw these. Yes.
Oh, why is that?
Because it added more depth to her character.
It did.
More of a reason why she wants to do the Avengers. It makes you wonder: is her family, Elena, and all them? Did they get blinked out?
Oh, that's right.
Is this why she's trying to do so much? Is this why she's trying to make a sacrifice?
Because you lost both families.
Yeah, she is Captain America now.
Yeah.
Captain America went on. He just hangs out and lives there.
I also like that she didn't even bother to dye her hair back because her blonde was going back out.
Yeah, and she still got the vest.
I mean, the red was going back out, yeah.
Yeah. No, she's stuck here.
She's stuck.
She is Tony Stark and Captain America.
And then she's hoping to find Barton.
Yeah, she is trying to find Barton because she loves Barton, in a way. I guess I would say he's like a brother. He's her
brother, yeah.
He's our older man. He's like a brother.
He's the first one that believed in her.
Yeah, well, it's very important in the story how much they care for each other.
Yes. Oh, yes. We need.
Otherwise, they can't unlock something.
Yep.
In this movie.
Yep.
I
So
mean, it just happened to fall right. So of
so
course, Captain. But go
so
ahead.
since we're talking about Barton, right? I want to point this out. So when I saw this movie, and you know that he just go around killing bad guys, right? Because he doesn't
Yeah.
feel that it was fair that his family was gone, and then these bad people are not, right?
Yes.
So he just felt it's not fair, and I feel the same way too. If that happened to me, I would have killed every bad person that I would know because
But it
I
wouldn't
would.
solve. But it wouldn't solve your problem.
It would not, and then
I
he's
mean,
going
I
past.
get where he's thinking. He's thinking, well, these people are filling up spaces. If they wouldn't have been there,
Oh,
maybe he would have got his family. But the problem is, let's say you got rid of all the bad people, all right?
yeah. Who is he going to kill next?
Thanos is still going to take half of everybody, so he's going to take half of the good people.
Oh, well, when you look at it like that,
Yes.
I think he was just trying to. I think he was just acting out of anger, right?
Well, he was acting out of anger. He just went too far.
Isn't that just the movie they call him Ronan instead of Hawkeye?
Yes. Well, they never called him Ronin in
No.
it, but yeah, he's the Ronin comic book character.
Yeah. It's crazy. I just want to let everybody know I would have done the same thing. I mean, I think that way now.
Well, I mean, of course, everybody thinks no place for bad people. I mean,
Yeah.
we got a whole bunch of them. I mean, there's all these people. To him, there's all these people set in prison. He's thinking, why didn't they fall into the 50%?
Yeah. Why didn't they even fall into 50%? I know.
Why come all the mess, the garbage, the gangsters, the yakuza, and all them? Why didn't they fall in the 50% instead of his family?
Instead of Sandra, I know.
So since they didn't fall in the 50%, he's going to take care. He's going to do Thanos' work for him and get rid of him.
Wow. That's really powerful.
And he regrets it in a way.
Yeah, he does. We'll bring that in that when we come to that scene.
Yeah,
Yep,
I mean,
he does regret it.
next scene, I mean, why she's sitting there and crying about it. She kind of gives a little tear.
Oh, that's when Captain America comes back from the therapy.
Here comes Captain America with his optimism to cheer her up.
Yep.
She's here there do his laundry.
And then yeah, he's coming to do his laundry, and then Captain America mentioned how clean the water is because like you saw a well in the Hudson River.
Yeah, because of the deal. It's just to let you know that everything's changed.
Everything's changed, yeah.
But the problem is, Black Widow's too busy trying to keep her family together.
Yeah, with the Avengers, yeah.
One that she watched destroy itself during the Civil War.
Yes.
I mean, this is all she got. Which, like I said, the Black Widow movie makes this more important.
Yes, it does.
Actually proves the Black Widow movie to me. After watching it, and
after watching this,
yeah, I'm like, it resonates a little bit more.
Oh, so that was that void they're trying to fill with the Black Widow movie.
But I also want to put a line that kind of foreshadows the end of this movie.
Oh?
While Captain America's talking to Black Widow, he goes, maybe we both should go get a life.
Oh, yes, they did, yes.
You
first. Oh. Yeah, I did notice that when they said that, like, we should go get a life, you first, yep. And then Captain America laughed.
Yeah, he laughed. But hey, it kind of foreshadows the end of the movie.
It foreshadows that movie, and then it foreshadows the movie, right? But it also brings it back to Captain America: The Winter Soldier, because that was what they were talking about while they were working. Remember, she would be like, "Hey, did you ask this girl out? What about this girl in accounting? The one with the naval one? Yeah." He's like, he didn't like that because he's from the 40s.
You don't have to worry about it now because I'm thinking they all got snapped
because
out.
They can't find it. Yeah, and that's when
the security camera shows you, hey, I'm Ant-Man. You remember me?
Yeah, like, hey, Cap, like, I don't know if you remember me, but you probably do. I'm Ant-Man. No, I'm Scott.
Yeah,
he was thinking so
Ant-Man.
fast. I think because that process, because he was like, thinking, because you said before, a lot of people think Scott is dumb, right? But he's an electrical engineer.
Yeah, he's a smart guy, but he also is thinks outside the box.
He does. He definitely thinks outside the box.
But the thing is, they let him in. Well, they thought they wanted to see if he was recording. They let him in. And of course, he's walking back and forth. And he finally tells him, "Here's my idea. I was stuck in the deal 5 years." He has it. I like it how he goes, "Y'all know anything about quantum mechanics?" Of course, Black Widow's like, "Yeah, to start a conversation."
Just talking about it. She finds a way to joke.
But he tells him time travel.
Yes.
He's the only character out of all this group that would come up with time travel because the way he acts.
Yes, the way he acts, yeah.
He's probably the guy that will eat cereal or watch cartoons.
Yeah. And then he
everybody else.
He can find the idea, but then he doesn't know how to properly execute it.
Yeah, the rest of the superheroes are so adult, they wouldn't see this science as anything but quantum mechanics.
Yes.
But he sees quantum mechanics as, hey, you could time travel with this.
Yes. We could go back to because he tried to explain it.
Yeah, he's comfortable throwing the crazy idea out there.
Yes.
And it does sound, because he even thinks, he goes, well, I wouldn't call it a time machine. Oh yeah, it is a time
It's
machine.
a time machine. Yeah, like we can go back to a certain place in time, and then they
Yeah.
can come back. But then he just doesn't know how to do that math.
He doesn't know how to do any of that. I
Yeah,
mean, quantum mechanics is. I mean, he's just electrical engineer. He's not a quantum. Of course, they ask him anybody could do it. Boom, got to
yeah.
go to Stark.
They gotta go to Stark. Yeah, they gotta go to
Of
someone
course, it
smart
starts off with Tony Stark lives
in the
out in
woods.
the
In the woods
yeah, he
somewhere.
lives in the woods in a cabin out near a river or a lake, and he has a daughter now,
Yeah, named Morgan.
Morgan Stark. Which in the comics, I think I've said this before. Morgan's actually a cousin.
Cousin. Yeah, you said that
It's a
before.
male, but here it's a daughter, which is cool. Because
Yeah.
I mean, this is just another parallel universe to the comic books, which is a different
True.
universe too. Which makes you wonder which one is the prime universe.
Oh, I like that. That's how I always see these MCU movie too. It's just a parallel universe. It's just a different thing
They're
in
all
time.
parallel universes, but
That's
they're not
why.
alternative.
No, they're not.
No,
So
they're alternative universes.
yeah, it's just alternate. That's how I see it too on these.
But okay, so he has a daughter, and of course we see the armor for rescue.
So rescue, right? So even though he's not making, he's still making, or he's still working.
Yeah, he can't help it because he even tells his daughter, "Where'd you find it in the garage?" He's like, "Yeah, Dad likes to hang out in the garage too."
Yeah.
Oh, come on, I don't know what he does. I mean, he's been 5 years. He's been staying away from everybody.
Yeah.
They probably apparently still run the company. Probably Pepper runs it still.
Oh, you think they still run the company like stock
Yeah,
industries?
well they gotta have money.
What would they do?
Still make awesome technology to try to fix all the problems on Earth.
Oh, just not like probably not weapons anymore.
Yeah, because we still don't know when Edith comes up. Edith has started to come about now.
Yo, nice.
Probably in this 5 years, maybe Edith was built.
Oh, okay, makes sense. And he made it for
So
Peter.
yeah,
Just
because after
so
yeah,
you could
right,
say that when he's working on this time travel stuff, right? At the
yeah.
same time, he's working for Edith. Like when he record that message
Yeah,
at the
remember,
end.
he's not working on any time travel stuff yet.
No, not yet.
He's
But
just
he's
he probably did the Edith thing after after he left the Avengers, maybe the second year or third year after.
just for Peter.
No, he never made Edith for Peter. He made Edith in case he got killed and they needed to save the world.
Just
I really
whoever.
doubt he made it for Peter. Peter's gone. I thought,
Okay.
well, I'll try to make a shield for the Earth in case I get killed in the next 5 years, or there's not enough people. I'm sure that's when Edith came about.
Okay.
He just got beat by Thanos. He's gonna have to do something.
Yeah, it's like, what if someone stronger comes along? Yeah.
Yeah. So he had to build Edith. Of course, he's not using Edith yet. He's still using Friday.
He's using Friday. Yep.
Yeah. I'm sure after he was killed, that was the end of Friday.
Yep. And now let's get on to the scene where everybody shows up to talk about the time heist.
Yeah. Well, of course, yeah. Well, yeah. Only 3 people show up. It's
Yeah,
just Scott,
Black-
Captain, and Natalie.
Yeah.
Or,
Natasha.
Natasha.
And
show
they
up.
talk about time travel.
And of course, Iron Man just looks at him like, "Oh God." These guys, of course, and this is probably to me, this is Paul Rudd's best acting because remember when he's telling Tony Stark about the time deal, and he gets upset with him because Tony Stark tells him, "Oh, you can't do it. It's just impossible. You're going to mess up time if you do it."
Oh, because he already knew.
He doesn't tell him it's impossible to do it. He just there's no way to do it without being killed. And of course, Scott's like, "I went through time. I didn't kill him." He's like, "You weren't through time. You were stuck in there. It was an accident. You're lucky you even survived."
Yes.
Like, and basically, the Tony Stark is the way he's seen is, he doesn't want to go fight again.
No. He's already moved on.
He almost got killed the last time he went to fight. If he goes to get killed now, what's he going to do? He already has a daughter. He already has his wife. He has his daughter. He has everybody.
He has everybody, yeah. He doesn't want to lose
Which
anybody.
is neat in a way, because remember, he started out as Iron Man with nobody.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Now he has everybody, and everybody else on Earth has nobody.
His character grew that way. He started with, he didn't care about anybody. Now he's starting caring about people.
Yeah, he cares about people. Plus, he has everybody now.
Everybody that he cares for.
Of course, he doesn't have his Avenger friends, but he already knows, hey, like he tells them, if you can stay for dinner if you don't talk shit.
Yeah, we don't talk shop. It's really funny that, like, not funny, right? But, like, and really weird that how Tony was, like, Captain America was ahead of the Avengers. And after Civil War, and Tony was. And then when Tony was done with Thanos, right? And then Captain America is again. Well, I guess, like you say, Natasha is Willie.
Yeah, she's holding it together.
Holding it together, yeah.
Waiting for them guys to get back.
They're both gone.
But yeah, she is the managing.
The managing partner, yeah.
Yeah, because Captain's not really doing anything either, you know.
No, he just helping other people.
I guess he's trying to figure out what am I supposed to do now.
You know what? He's kind of doing what Sam does. When
Yeah.
Sam was the veterinarian, the support group, right? He's doing what Sam doing. Like, I'm just trying to help.
What Sam does. I mean, he's trying to cope. He's trying to help people cope.
Yeah, cope with the laws.
But he's not trying to be an Avenger. He's just trying to help the people cope.
Yeah. But when he heard that there's
Hope,
hope,
trying to be the Avenger.
Yeah. So I guess when Captain America heard that was hope, right? He wanted to go at that chance.
Yeah, he wanted to go at that chance. I mean, of course, Paul Rudd is just like really anti about it. But I also like the scene because you like it when he tells him, he goes, "Oh, we can do all this," and of course Tony Stark goes, "Wait."
No, because wait, before you said that, I know you were gonna say. He said like when Scott brings up like we can't go and talk to our past selves, things.
Yeah, when he breaks it down, and of course Tony Stark's just like, "Okay, wait, the whole plot of saving the world is not based on the future, is it? That would be horseshit."
Back to the future.
And of course, what's he go? No.
But yeah.
Yeah.
First, a time machine, he said the same thing, and now Back to the Future. Like, no, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, and Tony wouldn't do it. And then, well, we can't just give up, right? And then Captain America said, well, we just gotta find a bigger brain. Like, bigger than that guy?
Yeah. Well, of course, they point out that Tony Stark looked like he was scared, too.
Yeah, he's scared.
But he was probably afraid that he couldn't do the time thing.
Yeah, he think he can do the time thing.
And second, all losing everybody's lives. Everybody losing their lives because they would have killed all of them.
Yeah.
Probably what he's thinking. He's probably not thinking just about him. He's probably thinking, he'll lose Captain America. He'll lose all of them.
Yeah.
Because like he said earlier, he had a dream that he almost lost everybody.
Yes. He lost everybody. Yeah. That was in the Age of Ultron, actually. Still tied to the Age of Ultron when he lost everyone.
Age of Ultron.
Yep, he's
stepping stones, man.
Yeah, he's just afraid that would become a reality, and then if he put any hand in it, And you know what? We didn't point out the scene, right? But with Morgan, he didn't have that chess piece, or at least I don't know if it was there.
He probably left it. He already left it with Captain America.
Yeah,
I guess.
But he didn't have a new chess piece.
Yeah, he doesn't have any of that because he doesn't need it.
Yeah.
He's not a superhero anymore.
No, he gave up that life.
So next thing, because you said with the bigger brain.
Yeah. So they go to the next smartest guy, but then it's not his field of studies.
Yeah, it's the smart Hulk.
It's
the diamond.
Hulk. So I was so happy when I finally saw that.
Oh really?
Yes, because I finally see the Hulk. I was thinking to a point where I don't think they're gonna make where Banner and Hulk was one person.
Okay.
Did you ever think that they would do that in this series at all?
I never thought about. I guess I never thought about it.
I thought about it immediately after Thor Ragnarok, when Hulk starting to speak to Thor, right? Okay. So I was I was happy with that.
I still was happy with the whole Ragnarok. Actually.
Oh, I did too, but I was hoping
I feel the same way Valkyrie feels.
Yeah. So when they finally put those two together.
It looks cool. I mean, it's awesome.
It looks like a smaller version of the Hulk, but it makes sense because Banner's in there at the same time. The Hulk looks like a much bigger than Smart Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because he's not. I mean, he's still pretty big.
He's still pretty big. But I feel like regular Hulk was like in the Incredible Hulk. That Hulk was bigger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe it just seems that way.
This one made more sense, though.
Yeah, I think it does make more sense.
He's this big. But he's also not running around tearing everything up because he's there. He's all talking and being happy. Of course, those kids come up. They have their picture taken with him.
So
I want to point out the other girl that comes to have her picture taken with him.
Yeah,
is Russo's other daughter.
Oh no way!
So yeah, three of the Russo families in this movie.
Oh, that's cool. But just Joe, right? But not Anthony's.
Yeah, it's just Joe's. Okay. It was Joe's. So yeah, I don't think Anthony was. I guess he didn't want to be in the movie. I don't know.
He's not that kind of guy.
We just don't know it.
Yeah. Oh, that's
I like
cool.
that because I like that they take the picture. Of course, he's like doing the Hulk thing. Of course, Ant-Man, hey, do you want a picture with me? And of course, that one kid's like, no. He's going, but I'm Ant-Man. And of course, the Hulk's like, oh, you're making me feel bad. Take the picture with him. He's like,
no, I don't want to picture. I don't want to take a picture. That scene is so funny. I don't want to take the picture.
Of course, Black Widow and Captain America sat there looking real uncomfortable.
Yeah. Which is funny because Ant-Man saves the Hulk later in the end,
Yes.
towards the end of the movie. Yeah, that was really funny.
Yeah, the Ant-Man.
Want to take a picture of me? Who? Oh, you know him. He's Ant-Man. Yeah. And then the Hulk says something from Fortnite. He said "dab."
Oh, is that what that's?
That's from a game. Yeah, it's called Fortnite. It's
Yeah,
like
I know
a
what
little
Fortnite
dance.
is. I don't play it.
Yeah, it's
I got
dab.
better things to do.
Yeah.
Watch
I don't play. My kids play. That's why I know because they do the celebrating dances. Yeah. So because
Okay.
it makes sense that time was still a popular game. I guess in 2023.
Oh, if they're still playing it in 2023,
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
popular. Yeah, dab. Yeah.
Yes.
So they said that. That was very funny.
We'll see if this future holds true. I mean,
And then I guess after they talk to Banner, they trying to put their theory into play.
yeah, they start to put their theory in place. Well, actually, it ends like that, and it goes back to Stark in his kitchen,
Yes.
which
That's
is cool
funny.
because here's the neat thing because he's washing dishes.
Oh wait. I wrote something down that we didn't talk about. Is when Captain, when they went to visit Tony, right? Is when Captain told Tony that we can get a second chance, and then that's when Tony was holding his daughter. I have my second chance right here.
Yeah,
That's
I like
what
it
goes.
also because his daughter ran out there and said, "Hey, mommy said he's out here to save you."
Yeah, baby, I got my second chance right here. Yeah.
Right in front of everybody.
Yeah. Well, that's what kids do,
That's what you use kids for.
Yes. Yes.
Well, the next thing though is Stark's in his kitchen, and it's neat because while he's washing the dishes, he's got two pictures, which he doesn't never kept pictures before of people.
Oh,
He's got a
that's
picture
right.
of
Yeah.
his dad. He's got a picture of Spider-Man.
Oh.
Remember?
Yeah.
Remember when at the first Iron Man movie, he says, "I might be a lot of things, but nostalgic's not one of
Yeah,
them."
nostalgia's not one of them. Yes.
It's changed.
It's changed because would this be
Yeah, because
when he lost his father and then he lost the kid? He lost Peter.
Yeah. Well, he never kept anything with his father on it.
No.
But now there is a picture with his father on it that he's looking at.
I didn't notice that. So I guess he did want to save them. Well, not his father, but at least Peter.
Well, I mean, he cared about these people.
Yeah.
So
he had
Yeah,
Friday
of
run a
course,
simulation.
well, looking at him, he decides. I mean, he's not trying to save them, probably with the time machine, but he's trying to help the rest of the people. He's like, he thinks about what he lost, and
Yeah.
what it feels like, and then he thinks, well, maybe I should I'll look at the time machine concept.
Yeah, look at it. He had Friday rendered a model, and then it solved really quick.
Yep.
I thought it was like, oh my god, they did that really quick, and then even Tony was surprised because he said shit, and then that's when Morgan said it. He's like, oh no, we don't say that. That's mommy's word. That is so funny. That's mommy's word. Was it in this movie?
Yeah, because it's also funny because she goes, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm over here solving."
I want to get a snack.
Yeah.
No, it's really good. And then they when he saw the time travel stuff, he took Morgan's back to bed, right? And then this when they do the "I Love You 3000" thing.
Yeah, they did love you through.
That was really good because my
They
son
only
does
use
that.
Oh, really? Well, that's because was it I think it's Robert Downey Jr.'s kids said that to him one time. He told the Russo brothers,
really?
about it, and that's why they put it in the movie.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's really good. I Love You 3000. Yeah. So my son, let me tell you a funny story. So my son doesn't remember that, right? So Ryan would be like, "Hey, I love grandma." I'm like, "How much do you love grandma?" This is what he says. He's like, "I love grandma 10,000." I'm like, 10,000? Yeah, that's a big number. Well, how much do you love grandpa? And he's like, 1. So I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna ask him about me because before he knows numbers, right? He would say like, "I love mommy and I love grandma." What about me and grandpa? He's like, "No."
Man,
no. That was like when he was 3 or 4, he would say that. But then I thought he said like, "I love grandma 10,000." I'm like, I'm not gonna ask him about my number. I don't want to be disappointed. Because
you didn't teach you about negatives yet, have you?
Because Tony used that against Pepper. Like she says she loves you 3,000, and you were like around the 600 to 900.
I like it because it's not a competition or anything.
I know. That's how I feel. Like I'm not gonna ask him about my number. It's not gonna be 10,000.
But yeah, the neat thing is though he goes to Pepper to talk about it.
Yeah.
and I think he wants her to stop him.
Oh, you think so? You think that's what it was?
That's what it seems like because
Yeah,
he's
it
saying,
did.
"I don't have to do this," and she keeps saying, "Everybody's lost something, and you have the chance to fix it."
She fixed it. Yeah, and then she already know like she spent her whole life trying to stop him from doing stuff.
Yeah, but
And
he keeps
it's
trying to get her to basically tell him no.
yeah, he's very stubborn. He knows he's gonna do it, right? It feels like he needs approval and disapproval at the same time.
I guess because they've already been through some bad stuff.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
already promised her a long time ago that he wasn't going to do
and
anything
I
to
feel that like, well, did you think like if Iron Man was the only one who can solve this problem, right? I feel like he should.
her.
I
But
mean,
he
he's
isn't
the
owing
only
it.
chance.
Does he owe anybody anything? And that's another thing. Like
I
in
wouldn't
the,
say own anybody
like the
anything, right?
Superman thing, where everybody thinks, "Well, you got to fix their problem." I'm
Well,
like,
but
fix it.
Superman just want to fix Lois Lane, right? He only did that to fix what he lost. So it's like the same thing with Iron Man. He's doing this to fix what he lost.
No, I think he's doing it to fix everybody because he's really seems to be on this to save the whole
To
world.
save the whole world. It's like the protector thing we talked about.
Yeah, because he feels like he's the only one that can do it, so he's got to do it.
Interesting. Yeah, I agree. He
And,
was the
and
only one.
he is the only one that can do it.
Yeah, he is the. I agree. Yeah, he's the only one that can do it because he
Yeah.
fixed it.
So yeah. So of course we go back to the Avengers Assembly
Yeah,
building with time travel Hulk.
time travel Hulk. No, time travel Ant Man now.
Yeah, time travel Ant Man, but the Hulk's doing the
Do
stuff.
the math stuff. Yeah,
I like it. It was the first thing he tells him. He's like, "I don't want to lose Tiny here in the
yeah, the
19."
tiny here, like Oh,
It's the
I'm sorry, it's just a
1950s.
joke.
Because
I don't
remember
know.
back at Futures of '55,
Yeah,
I love that Ant Man's like, "What?" And of course Black Widow's like, "He's joking."
he's
And
joking. You're joking, right? I don't know. This is time travel. Is it all of this a joke or none of it is? I like that. Because he's right. It's either like time travel is a joke, right? It's either a joke or it's not. It's either it's going to happen or it's not, right?
I would like the guy that sent me through time to have a little more faith in it.
But then that's so funny because Scott is the only one that done it.
So far.
He's so far, right? Because so he's the only one experienced. Like, who else would you gonna send? Like, I have no idea.
He's the only one experienced with Pym particles because they got to shrink him down in order to do the time deal.
Yep, you do the time deal.
Of course, they kick it in the gear, and the first thing it does, he turns into a.
Oh, I wrote this down. A young Scott comes back.
Yeah, well, he turns into like a teenage Scott.
He does because the
Then he
thing.
turns into an old man
Wait.
Scott.
I want to point out that the time thing that Hulk said. He said like, I'm gonna let you go back to the past, walk around for an hour, and I'll bring you back in 10 seconds. I thought that was a really good I guess an equation to let you know like, hey, in the 10 seconds amount of time, right? You'll be wherever you'll be for an hour.
Yeah, well, he never gets there in an hour. Okay, he never gets.
No.
He doesn't go anywhere.
So what did you think about that when he came back as a teenage Scott? Like, what did you think about that time travel?
I don't know because it's so fast. That's not time travel. He didn't. We found out he didn't even time travel.
He didn't time travel, so something went wrong.
Because they went wrong, and of course, I forgot what the there's something behind it. There's a name for it, but Tony Stark basically says, in layman's terms, they pulled time through Scott instead of sending Scott
to time. Yes.
Yeah, but I mean it's still, but mainly it was all for a gag. It's a little
Oh, it is because they did old Scott and they did baby Scott.
Yeah, because the first thing goes, "Is that Scott?" He goes, "Yes, this is Scott." And of course, they turned him to old man Scott, and then they turned him to baby Scott. And then they're like, and Captain America's like, "Bring Scott,
bring him back." And then they bring him back. It's like, somebody pee my pants.
Me?
Oh no, I don't know if it's old me or baby me or me.
Just me. Of course, Captain America's got to walk outside because he's like,
yeah, because he doesn't know what to do, right? Like,
we hear this awesome electric car coming up. I don't care what anybody says.
It is awesome.
I mean, who wants a quiet car? I don't want a quiet car.
Was it an electric car? It was an Audi,
it was an
right?
electric car that shouldn't. Electric cars don't normally make noise. This one made all kinds of noise, which I thought was awesome.
Oh.
If I have an electric car.
Okay, so I didn't know it was an electric car, right? So just from hearing that, it's probably something that Tony put in there, so it sounds powerful. Because he knows an electric car doesn't make any noise. But how do you know it's powerful? Or you put the noise in it. It's the same thing in Iron Man Run on the hot rod.
I mean, as fast as he drives, you don't want people jumping out in front of you. You're
right. It's gonna be
you're doing blind people a favor.
Yep. And I like that when
He pulls up there and Captain America's right there, and of course he jumps out. He goes, "I think I warned you about something like this." And of course, Captain America's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Bitch, turned Scott into a baby."
No. See, so the first thing I wrote it down. The first thing he said to Cap was like, "Why the long face?" Let me guess. He turned into a baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then he goes, I think somebody warned you about this."
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's why it's me. Such a jerk.
But I like it when he shows him
Yeah.
right then. He already built the stuff at his house.
Yeah.
He's got a what is it?
Time space GPS. I didn't like time space GPS. So go back to the equation. They send Scott to time instead of Scott. Time to Scott instead of Scott to time. Yeah. I never thought about that before about time travel. You would always think it's a physical self.
Yeah. So basically, all they did is use something. All they did was age him.
Yes.
They aged him and threw him back into younger. Yeah, they just messed with his aging, and they didn't ever send him anywhere.
Yeah, they just do the time to Scott. Yeah, Scott through time. Yep. Oh yeah, that makes so much more sense. Yeah, they scan Scott through time and not time to Scott.
Yeah, and then of course, this is when we see. Well, he said, they started to make peace because they like it. He goes, all I want is peace. But he also tells the captain because the resentment is corrosive and it's killing him.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that's.
And then Tony threw down his terms, things like that, and then he gives Captain America back his shield.
Yeah.
That was really good scene.
Of course, Captain doesn't want the shield.
He doesn't, because he's like, he didn't feel it was right because what Tony said to him in Civil War.
Yeah, but I like it. He goes, "It was made for you."
Yeah, he said he made it for you.
Yeah, he made it for you.
And Tony knew that.
Yeah, he knew that. I mean, we got over it. Everything's fixed now.
Yeah, everything's, I guess, fixed now between the two of them.
They're like brothers again. They had a spat.
And I like how Tony's like, well, don't tell everybody. I didn't bring one for everyone.
Yeah, we're going to get a team, right?
Yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah, we're working on it. And then the next scene is where all you see is the Ant-Man sitting there.
Eating a taco, yeah.
It's sad because I'm sitting there watching, I'm thinking, and I sure would like a taco.
I did too. It's kind of like Iron Man, right? When he first started eating the Burger King, like, oh, I want a burger now.
Yeah,
when he did that, like, I want a taco too.
That taco looks so good because he's pushing all the stuff into it.
And then they came down with the Milano, and then all the stuff inside flew away.
Yeah, all that stuff blows away, and I love it because Nebula walks by him and he goes, "Hey, Rhodey, watch out, there's an idiot in the landing zone." Of course, Rhodey scares the crap out of him.
What's up, little man?
Yeah, what's up, regular size man?
Yeah, he said regular size. What's up, regular size man?
The neat thing is, here comes Hulk with Hulk with all the tacos.
Yeah, and then he gave him two.
Hulk's such a good guy.
Yeah, because he was going to use a Milano to fly to find Thor. Yeah, because they were getting the team together. That's why everybody came back.
Yeah, so him and Rocket jump in the spaceship and fly off.
Yeah, fly off to find Thor. Yeah, I like that part.
They land in New Asgard.
New Asgard. What do you think that country is?
Oh, that's the thing. I don't know if we're supposed to know or not. It's actually filmed in Scotland.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if it's supposed to have been they went to Scotland or they supposed to went somewhere in Norway.
Oh,
they say in the comic book. It's in Oklahoma.
Oh, interesting.
I can think of a lot of better places I'd go, but
not only better places, but like it was right by some kind of harbor, right? Like water.
Yeah, it was near the coast. I mean, it was kind of I didn't know if it was supposed to represent Norway or if it's actually supposed to be Scotland.
Oh, okay, because like I mean I have nothing against Oklahoma because I'm not from this country, but like I couldn't see why it would be Oklahoma in that scene because it was right by water.
Yeah, it wouldn't be in there. I mean, there's lakes. There's some nice lakes.
Even if you say that's Texas, I wouldn't even have believed you.
No, that ain't Texas.
So I thought it was like either Norway or Scotland or some by
it's
Europe.
actually Scotland. I don't know if we're supposed to know where it's at or not.
Oh, we probably.
But I mean, if it was Norway, it would make more sense because people are going to speak the same language. We already know that the Norway language is the same language as what they speak in Asgard.
Oh, okay.
The only reason we know this is because of Loki.
For Loki.
Because he sings a song and it's in the same language.
That's right. Oh, I forgot about that until you just mentioned it. Yes, Loki sings a song. Okay.
And of course, it's it's the Viking mythologies is all the Asgardians anyways. So that'd be kind of like a home country.
And you know what's really cool when when Hulk and Rocket flew, they played a song and it's very themed to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, it wasn't.
No, I mean like the song part is very like It reminded me of
Oh,
Guardians
okay.
of the Galaxy.
Because they do play one of the Guardian of the Galaxy songs.
They do, but not
the
during that
Guardians
scene.
movie too, and I
But
can't remember what scene that was.
It's just that scene remind me of Guardians of the
Oh yeah,
Galaxy because of the song they play. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they play the song, and of course they land in New Asgard, and of course the Rocket.
They see Valkyrie.
Yeah, they see Valkyrie, and of course Valkyrie's like, "Hey, I liked you."
Yeah, I think I liked you before. Like, yeah, what's up, mean girl? You keep calling mean girl.
Of course, then they go to Thor's house.
Oh, that's awesome because once when they seen Thor, right, you don't get to see his physical appearance yet.
Yeah, I know. I like it when they see him because the best line in the movie, one of the best lines in the movie. Yeah, you look like melted ice cream.
You look like melted ice cream. Why is that so funny? I don't even know how they're supposed to look. Melted ice cream because he's fat Thor.
He's so fat.
He's wearing.
Oh, he lost it, and he's drunk the whole time.
He's drunk the whole time. He's drunk the whole time. He's gained weight.
No, because normally he doesn't get drunk.
No.
I guess he's been drinking for so long. He
just let himself go because I guess that depression is still following him 5 years later.
Yeah, it's following him. Of course, he thinks they're there to fix the cable.
To fix the cable, I know.
He doesn't even recognize. I mean, how could you get the Hulk and a raccoon mixed up? I mean, I guess that's normal in Asgard.
And then they're playing PlayStation.
Yeah. What was the other alien?
Quote was there.
Yeah, who was the other one now? That one that he thought he stepped on and killed. Remember?
I didn't write. Yeah, I think he's
on the couch eating pizza.
Yeah, he's on the couch eating pizza, and then Korg was like, "Hey, that kid is on there again. Noob Master 69."
Yeah, Noob Master. He died.
Yeah, who is this? This is the God of Thunder.
Yeah. At him. It's like, go tell your father.
They getting bullied by a little kid on PlayStation. You know what I was thinking there? You know why they play PlayStation? Because of Sony. They gotta put like a Sony brand in there because Spider-Man.
Yeah, hey, you got a Spider-Man in your movie. You better put a PlayStation.
Yep. Otherwise, we have gone with the better system, the Xbox. Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly. It's the same time.
Xbox. Yep. They had to do that for Sony because Spider-Man and stuff.
There's not gonna be any breakup with me. I'm gonna leave my Xbox.
I wrote that line. You look like melted ice cream. I don't know why that's so funny.
Of course, I like it because he says Thanos. He says Thanos' name. Yeah. Thor gets all mad and grabs his shirt.
Yeah, he was so mad. Yeah.
Take your hat. He goes, "You don't say that." It's like,
we don't say that name here, man.
What's Thor gonna do? Because I mean, the Hulk is like, wipe the floor with you, dude. Now.
You think so? He still have his strength, right? Even though he looks physically fat.
Oh, he's still got his strength, but he wouldn't be able to fight. I don't think he'd be able. He's in no condition to fight the Hulk.
Yeah, he probably not even like drunk, and he probably
eat ice cream. He's not gonna be like he is at the end of the movie.
No.
He don't got all his Odin style power.
Yeah, I like that. Like for the whole movie, right? It's Fat Thor the whole way, even though when they were fighting Thanos.
Yeah, he keeps it up.
It's great. I love that.
I mean, he stayed his character.
He did. That means that Chris Hemsworth have to wear that fat suit the whole time.
Yeah. Well,
maybe not. Maybe not when he had the uniform on, because you could fake that easily with under this.
But I mean, he did it. He was a trooper.
When he was he looked like Lebowski because Iron Man called him.
Yeah. Because he does. Because he Lebowski.
And when he called Lebowski, he did. He called Ratchet. That's another Sony reference right there. Ratchet and Crank.
What's Bill the Bear?
Oh, that's when Iron Man stole.
No, I know where it happens, but do you know who Bill the Bear is?
Oh yeah, I do. It's this place in the mall. You get to build your own teddy bear.
I thought it was Bill. B-I-L.
Oh no, he said Build a Bear.
Oh, okay, it was Build a Bear. Okay,
Build a Bear. Yeah. He actually said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense now. I started talking. I like it because Rocket's like, well, maybe I am.
Build a Bear. Like milk the ice cream.
Of course, the only way they can get Thor to go with them.
Because they had beer. Yeah, like, what kind?
And then it shoots over to Japan.
Oh, this is a great scene. Hawkeye in Japan.
Oh, it is awesome.
Yeah, he's stuck. So I feel like that character who played the bad guy that Hawkeye killed, does everybody make such a big deal like, oh, this actor's in it, and then like, well, this is it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing though. Is that actor every time they need a Japanese guy, that's him.
It's him. in Rush Hour
I'm
3
not saying,
is
I'm not saying this guy's a
Batman.
bad actor. This guy is a good actor. I mean,
Yeah,
I've seen all his stuff, but it's just like he's really short. It's a really short deal. It's like, how many Japanese guy? We'll go to the Japanese guy.
yeah. I don't know another Japanese actor.
I
Not.
don't either. Was it Watabi? What was his name?
Oh, the guy who Kill Bill.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
but
he.
this guy's been in almost everything. It's got Samurai Warriors, or there's a Japanese
Well,
guy.
he's also in he was also in the new Mortal Kombat movie. He plays Scorpion.
Oh, oh yes, he was.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't seen
haven't
it.
seen it, but
I haven't seen it either, but I know he's in it. I saw
yeah,
him. So I saw him.
I know
Yeah,
I
he's
want
in
to
a
see
lot
it.
of stuff.
Yeah,
Because he was in the Last Samurai too. Remember?
yeah, but also yeah, like he's the
That's the
Japanese
first.
guy to go
Well,
to.
that's the first time I saw the guy.
And
Last
I
Samurai.
saw him in wasn't he in Batman? No, it was what was that I'm thinking about? Oh, he was in Rush Hour, the third one.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just any kind of like famous Asian people, right? Do we have 5 famous Asian people, and we're just gonna rotate them?
Yeah.
That's why Gamma Chan is in 2 MCU movies, and Michelle Yeoh is in 2 MCU movies.
Well,
Apparently,
they
that's
got
not a lot of
five.
Chinese chicks.
I think they got 10 now. You know, you always use was Kim Jong and
Oh, Randall Park.
Randall Park.
Yeah, I mean he's already in the
Well,
MCU.
if they got to trade places when they're not available.
Kim Jong, look, both Kim Jong and Randall Park are both in the MCU because there's not enough Asian men until Shang-Chi comes out, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. I'm
that's going to add
surprised they
what,
haven't got.
they're going to add 3 more actors.
I'm surprised they haven't asked Chow Yun Fat in it, but then he's already like 70 something.
Yeah,
So they need to settle for someone younger. Like Randall Park is also, I think he's the same age as Paul Rudd.
What did they get tired of Jet Li?
Oh, I don't know. Oh,
I
that's right. I haven't either.
He's probably like, yeah, I don't want to be in a Marvel movie.
Well, but, Jet Li is 60 something. Is probably so is Jackie Chan. So they have to go to the next like Tony Leung, right? Is like 58, so he's almost up there too. But in the movie, he doesn't look 58. Oh, they probably use the agent software, but he doesn't look like 58 anyway.
Well, he may change different. Then that may have been we saw him at a younger age too.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Yeah.
We don't know yet.
Yeah. So let's go back to Japan.
Yeah.
He's killing all these, I guess, drug dealers or just bad guys, just bad people.
Yeah, the Yakuza there.
Ooh, yes.
Yes. And of course, we already talked about it. He already tells him why he killed them all.
Yeah, that's the moment we find out why Hawkeye is doing this.
Yeah, we
because
find
he
out
don't think
why
it's
Hawkeye
fair.
did it. And he kills the boss, and of course, there's Black Widow right behind him.
Yep.
And she tells him, "Hey, we gotta
wait.
to do this." And of course, he's like, "I don't want to hear about it."
Yeah, he's like, "Don't give me hope."
Yeah, because he's already because now he's realizing he may have just now messed up.
Yeah.
He may have went way too far.
I guess in a way, did you think he went way too far? Because in my personal opinion, I don't think he did. I think what he did was right. Even though killing people was wrong.
He's a hero, and he just went around killing everybody.
Oh, he's killing everyone. And like, hey, you know what?
That he thinks is bad guy. How do we know that he didn't kill some people that were just in the wrong place at the wrong time?
No. You can't hang around with a bunch of Yakuza, right? And think you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, what was the last place they said? The cartel, right? Would you and me just suddenly be with the cartel at the wrong place at the wrong time?
No, but there could have been other people in the hotel or something, and he could end up killing them.
Really? With the cartel?
What if there's DEA agents trying to figure out who these people were, and he killed one of them?
Oh, see, okay, so when we talk about, like, those people, like, bringing bad stuff, right? I don't think, like kind of like what you said, like, the bad guys are taking advantage of this time because there's not so much agents. So
taking advantage of all the time though. He just killing them because he thought he just had an anger issue.
And you know what? Maybe those DEA agents turn bad too. Okay, I mean this is no Breaking Bad, all right?
You're not gonna be able to spin.
I'm not gonna believe there was anybody wrong place wrong time. I agree 100%. Ronan did everything correctly.
He didn't do everything correctly. Oh,
yes,
goodness.
That's why I highly firmly believe
that's what you believe. I see that, but he didn't. It doesn't matter what you believe. It matters what the laws say. If you just want to do everything, man, there'd be people killing each other all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, but she brings him back. So that's when we see Tony Stark.
So everybody at the Avengers.
Yep, they're building the time machine.
They're building the time machine, and then
Bosky included.
And then now, Now we get to the part where they name all the
Yeah, well,
time travel movies.
we get to the part where Ant-Man's wearing the suit, and I guess he's going to do testing. We think he's going to do testing. And of course, I like it when he tells us because they're trying to put Hulk's trying to put the pin particles in. He goes, "Hey, quit! You're being too hulky."
Yeah, just being too hulky because he's afraid like they might break it.
Yeah, well, he tells them they only have enough
for one round trip
each, and then 2 test runs. Oh, he dropped one.
No, he shrunk down. Yeah.
Yep, he only got 1 test.
Oh, 1 test run.
That's when Clint's like, "Hey,
yeah, I'll do it.
I'll do it."
Because you know what? At that moment, right? He figured that he has nothing to lose.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. Well, he's already kind of ruined his reputation.
Yeah, he has nothing to lose, so he'll do it. I like that too, because I like how they choose Clint to go back in time. You know, after all, they hold on. I wrote down everything that Rhodey mentioned. He's like, oh, because Hulk got really mad.
You don't want to go to that part because first thing Rhodey says is, "Why don't we go back and kill baby?"
Oh yeah, I was going to touch on that. Why don't we kill baby Thanos? And I was going to explain. That's why Hulk got mad, because he explained like nothing you do in the past, right, is going to change our future.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, also like it. Yeah, he says that, because he goes, we get baby Thanos killing him. He goes, yeah, because it's basically if you go in the past, your past is still your past and your future is still your future.
Yes.
But I like it in there, like.
He got so mad, right? Hulk's like so mad, like, where are you getting this ideas from?
Mad, but I like it because you hear Nebula, because they're talking about it, and Nebula goes, "That's not how it works."
Yes, you knew.
Clint goes, Clint says, "That's what I heard," and Hulk's like, "Who told you that? Who told you that?"
Okay, I want to say it now. So that's when Rhodey said, let me look at my list. Star Trek, Terminator, Time Cop, Time After Time, Quantum Leap, Wrinkle in Time, Somewhere in Time, Hot Tub Time Machine, Bill and Ted Excellent Adventure. Any movie that deals with time travel.
And of course, and Die Hard.
Is it Die Hard?
The best line you go ahead and do the best line about
The best line is like, so Back to the Future is just a bunch of bullshit.
Yes.
I'm so glad you and I thought that was the best line about Back to the Future.
What's a funny line? I mean,
it is a funny line. I didn't even get mad because all the pre-things that they brought before they said that line.
Well, this universe has got a better time travel mechanism too.
It does, because back then in the '80s we accepted as does, but like.
Yeah, well the thing is, we accepted with the first movie, then we get the second movie and they change the how it works.
Yes, exactly.
By the third movie, they're like, I think we got it down, but we're not really sure.
Yeah. So you know what? So it is a bunch of bullshit. Back to the Future.
I'm cool with it. I just want to watch an enjoyable deal.
Yeah.
But without having to ask a lot of questions.
I know exactly. I think if we bring Back to the Future to 2020, we would tear that movie apart. Like, oh, this movie sucks.
No, actually, I don't think you would, because it had a good heart. Yeah, it was a good.
I don't know. It's tough to say. You have that biased opinion.
There's a lot of other time movies that are still good. I like The Time Machine.
Okay, good. We'll talk about that next time. But I want to say, so let's just say 30 years from now, right? In 2050, 2049.
I don't know. It's too good. I don't think it's gonna hurt. It's not like Looper. Whatever.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Endgame. Like 30 years from now, we'll see how people come up with time travel ideas, right? And then 30 years from now, we'll see how this holds up.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? This is still good time travel movie.
I think this one is the way it was crafted is going to hold up 30 years from now.
Oh, okay, that's good.
It's just I'm wondering if something further along, like past Loki, is going to undo it.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Loki doesn't damage this at all.
No, they don't. Well, we haven't talked about Loki yet, but let's do so later. Yeah, we'll get to it. And so Clint goes back, right? I like that how we show this beginning scene that Clint lost everyone, and when he went back in the time, I like how in this time travel thing they get you pick location. Yeah,
because they can move around. They're moving space too.
Space and time, yep. And I like he saw his he didn't see his family, right? But he heard his kids' voices.
Yeah.
That's very touching to me because we
but I also
find
want to
kids.
point out this is something that's important. I want to point it out for this show.
Okay.
Because we'll need it in other shows. This is the first alternate timeline that's formed.
Ah, yes.
The very first one. So
the very first one.
As soon as he leaves, this is another timeline.
Yep.
So now there's 2 timelines.
So that's 2 timelines, right? And that proves it because he picked up the baseball glove.
Yep.
Not that timeline is not supposed to.
Just the very point of being in that timeline.
Oh, it changed. Alternate universe. Yeah.
Because so he's the change. Being there is the change.
Is a change.
Anytime there's a change, you make another timeline.
And you know what? Like that change is also when his kid heard his voice. He's like, yeah, Dad, and he wasn't there.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter now. It's the whole timeline.
Because he was already there. Yeah. So now we know it works.
But he only changed. He didn't damage the timeline. Because, it's like when we're here and we think we hear a ghost.
Well, he didn't buy the sports almanac. Okay, that's what we're trying to say.
Well, he didn't do anything in the time other than pick something up.
Yep, it's other than pick something up.
I mean, in our timelines, we lose stuff and think we hear somebody all the time.
Oh, nice. Yes.
So we start the first time deal. So that's when they go to the time heist brainstorm.
Time heist brainstorm, because once they figure out it works, right now they gotta plan out like, well, we only got this one chance, so where are we gonna go?
Yes.
Because not everybody know about the Infinity Stone. Because Scott said, like, I don't know what these are.
Yeah, he doesn't because what Stark says. It's almost killed all of us. Of course, he's I never was almost killed by one.
Yeah.
Of course, none of his stories do have one in it.
No, none of the story had one because all his idea was like, whatever happened, right? We can go back in time to fix it, but he just doesn't know what it was.
Yeah.
So we're just focused on seeing if this even works first.
So the first guy that gets up there to talk is Thor.
No, who pointed out Thor? It was Rocket. Rocket pointed out Thor, right?
No. What? No. Yeah, I think Rocket goes. Is he? No, because somebody else goes. Is he asleep? And of course, Rhodey goes. I'm pretty sure he's dead.
he's just sleeping there. Like, I have no idea when they're looking at him.
Yeah.
And like, at this point, right, when he's talking about Thor the Dark World, I never seen that movie. At that point.
Really?
That was the only one I didn't see. So you didn't see Captain Marvel, right? I didn't see Thor the Dark World until after me and Heather left this, right? Then we went to see the Dark World. Right?
Okay, well, I was lucky that I saw everything except for Captain Marvel. That was the only movie I
Because you're right. After he talks about it, like, about the ether and about the Dark Elves, me and Heather has no idea what he was talking about.
Yeah.
So within that week, we saw it.
I like it. It's not even a stone. It's a sludge. Somebody needs to get in there and get that right.
Yes, he's there saying that.
Of course, but you also mainly the point of the scene is to be funny and also see that this guy is no condition.
No, he's also no condition, right? And when he was explaining about it, he was already depressed. Then he had to talk about his mother again, and also Jane. Remember?
Yeah.
He had to talk through that again because he was already down.
Yeah, he was gonna go through it again. And I can't
cried.
remember what was the next one. I can't remember what stone they were talking about next. Was it the Power Stone?
Let me see. They could go over ether, talk about the slow.
Because they're all eating lunch around the table. Remember, and Rocket's telling, because it's got to be.
Rocket's talking about Rocket make fun of Scott. Like, you want to go to space, puppy?
Yeah, you want to go. You're a little puppy. He's patting him on the head. He's such a jerk.
Yeah, they were having lunch. I didn't write down what they were talking about next, though.
But the next one was Nebula. They go to Nebula.
Yeah, about the Soul Stone.
And Nebula sat there, and then she is so psychotic and dark.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Volodymyr. My sister was killed there.
Yes.
And it was like, and of course, the last line is Scott. Not it.
Yeah. So that's all the information they had, right? So how did they pair up so well that Hawkeye and Black Widow to go to Volodymyr?
Well, wait, hold on. Because after that scene, we shoot to Hulk, Stark, and
Natasha.
Black Widow. They're laying on the table. And then they're just the two guys are cutting jokes.
Yep.
And she's got the paperwork. She already knows where all the stones are in a way.
So they were trying to find out where the time
then
stone
they cut out. Yeah, they make a joke about the Doctor Strange.
Yes.
Nobody else has met him, just him. He's like making fun of those balloon animals. He makes a balloon animal joke. Yeah. And then he also calls the Bleecker Street magician. Which, by the way, I want to point out Bleecker Street. I don't know. There was a Bleecker Street gang.
What is
Fantastic Four?
Oh, is that what that is?
Bleecker Street gang, the thing.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, we go back, and of course, Black Widow's like, if you get the right year, there's 3 stones
in New York. Yes.
So this is how they did it. There's 3 teams. New York. There's the New York team, Asgard team, and the
outer space.
Volodymyr.
And also, wherever Tony and Captain America and Ant-Man.
Well, we don't get to that because that's not a team yet. That's an accident.
Oh, okay.
Remember? So, we get next thing is Captain giving his speech.
Oh
They all
yeah,
say,
I wrote that down. Captain giving a speech. I was
give
like,
a
wow,
speech.
that's
I'm
a
not gonna give
really
it.
good speech.
I'm not exactly. I'm gonna give a speech, but yeah, you're right. Rocket goes. That's a pretty good
No,
speech. And
Markus said like
Scott,
he's pretty good at that.
yeah,
He's
and
pretty good
Scott's
at
like,
that.
I know, right?
Because
He does that whole speech.
he did because Captain America gave the speech before they fought, and like, wow, he's really good
Yeah,
at this. Like,
he gets everybody motivated. Of course, everybody smile. I like it because you see Tony Stark is looking at him. Of
yeah.
course, one of the lines is like, "We're gonna win."
Yes, we're gonna win.
Of course, Tony's like, "Yeah, I got faith in this guy now. You know, everything's bright again."
Whatever it takes.
Of course, oh no, I like it. We got it before they disappear. I like it when they shrink that spaceship, the Guardians spaceship, and they hit it.
To Rhodey, right? Yeah.
He goes, "Will you do your best?" He goes, "I promise, I'll do my best to bring us back in one piece."
Yeah.
And of course, he goes, "As far as promises go, that was pretty lame."
Yeah.
Because Hawkeye won't even look at him when
Yeah.
he's promising him.
This was really
The
lame.
thing with Hawkeye, he's probably thinking, "I'm talking to a raccoon."
Yeah, and also it's really cool. I like they shrunk the Milano.
Yeah, well, it's not the Milano anymore.
Oh, that's why it's not. It's the new ship. Yes.
Yeah, it's the new ship. So they shrank it with the little pod on it.
Yep.
Everything's good. And of course, they time travel.
Yep. Everybody say like, "See you in like in a minute."
Yeah, that's what Nat. Yeah, that's what Nat says.
That's really cool. Oh, I like that. She's the only one that says it, and she's the one that didn't come back.
Yeah. I didn't catch up on that because I remember her saying that. I never thought of it.
Yeah, because if you think about it, right, it makes that scene even more powerful because she's the one who said, "Hey, see everybody in a minute."
Yeah. Yeah, because she was all happy about it too.
Yeah, and happy about it, and then they were well, I can't say they were the last. When everybody came back, so you didn't.
Yeah.
So let's touch on all the time travel places they go to.
The first jump, which is be the second alternative universe they now make,
the Battle of
New York in 2012.
Yep, 2012. I put that to get the Tesseract.
Yeah, they get the Tesseract. Well, they're gonna get they're gonna get 3 stones here.
They're gonna get 3 stones. The
time stone.
The time stone. The Ark, right? The what's it called? The scepter.
The space stone.
The scepter, and the Tesseract.
Yeah, the scepter and the Tesseract, and of course, they're just gonna get the stone.
Yep.
So of course, that's what they're in the street. It's awesome because you see the Hulk smashing stuff. Yeah. And it looks just like the movie. It's just like we just went back into the first Avengers movie.
Oh, I know, it was so good.
Of course, they try to blend in, and of course, the Hulk is now like, yes.
Maybe smash a few things in a row. I don't want to see what the point is. Then he's like, boom.
Yeah.
It's a little redundant.
He shows up at the Sanctum. What is it? The Doctor Strange house.
Yeah, Doctor Strange house, but it was an ancient one.
Yeah, the ancient one's on the roof, and he's even like it. He goes, "I'm looking for Doctor Strange." And the neat thing is, say,
"Yeah, you're a little bit early."
Help us with that time. 5 years. She goes, "You're 5 years too early."
Yeah.
Because he's over there doing
the surgery.
Surgery. He's like, "Well, I just need to get the stone."
Yeah, I just need this anyway. I'll have you. And I like she knocks Bruce Banner out of him.
Yeah, knocks him out of it and starts to talk to him.
Yeah.
But then it goes ahead and shifts. It shifts around a lot.
It shifts around at this point.
Shifts to Asgard 2013.
Yes. To get the
which
ether.
Which will make another alternate timeline.
Oh.
So all these timelines are supposed to be in order, but we'll learn that the New York timeline they damage.
Because Loki.
Yep, because Loki does something he's not supposed to.
Okay.
So it damages the timeline.
So let's go to all these scenes.
Also, no, actually, when we'll get back, because actually Loki's not the only one that damages that timeline.
No.
Which we don't see in the Loki show, but so they damage that timeline several times, and they also make almost in a way Hulk becomes a liar in a way.
Oh.
Well, we'll get to it when we get there.
Yeah, we'll get to it. I think I know what you're saying.
We're in Asgard, and of course it's the Hulk and Rocket, and of course you see them. They walk past Loki in the jail cell.
Yes, Loki in the jail cell. Yes. And
then what do they got? They got the hallway, and they find Miss Fancy Pants. What do you call it? Miss Fancy Pants. He's got that big needle deal.
The needle deal. Yeah, they got that.
People busy now. Jab her with this, and we'll get the because. And that's the thing. You didn't know what the scene. Then you didn't know what was going on.
I didn't know. No, I did not know what's going on.
I loved it because I knew it was just so funny.
Because what happens is like when Thor tells Rocket like today's the day that my mother died, and he's like, oh, it's today, huh? That's when he gave him the prep talk like, hey, you know what? I lost a lot of people too.
Yeah, he gives him
Okay.
pep talk. Of course, he slaps him.
Yeah, he
Come over
slaps
here.
him.
Come over here. Slaps him. Goes, are you crying?
Yeah, you're
"Oh,
like, no.
yes. Of course, he starts to take off, and of course, Thor disappears,
He
runs off.
disappears, and then Rocket still does the mission anyway because he knows his mission.
Yeah, well, then it shoots off to Morag.
Yes.
20. Then we go to 2014. There's a year apart from all the jumps.
Yes.
Forms another alternate reality.
Oh.
Damage this one too.
Okay. Yeah, and this one you get the Power Stone because they need to find Star-Lord.
Yeah, because well, it starts out. I like it. Well, yeah, because it's what is it? Well, they just land part of the ship, and they're going to take the main ship. It's Black Widow and
Hawkeye. They need to go to
They're gonna
Vormir.
take
Yeah.
the main ship. They fly off from Vormir,
Yeah, Vormir.
which is a shame because nobody told them what they got to do for this host.
Exactly. See, I want to bring that up when we get to that scene. Okay, so now when we see
Rhodey and Nebula are going to stay on the planet, wait for Quill to show.
for Q to go, and then there's at the same time there's another nebula here. That's where the climax.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Was they're sitting there, and of course Nebula's like, "We need to hide,"
Yeah.
and he's like, "Why?" And she's like,
I'm not the only. Yeah.
"My dad." My
He
sister,
said we're not the only people in 2014 looking for the stones.
Yeah, and she's like, "My dad, Gamora, and me are looking for the stone."
Then
And
they
of course
show that scene though.
Yeah, it shows them. Well, it shows them what we didn't see in Guardians of the Galaxy. It's Gamora and Nebula. They're just and her dad destroying a planet. You see all the it's on basically New York on an alien world.
Yep.
They destroy it, and of course, when they land back on the ship, they talk to the dad, and they're talking about Ronan.
Yes.
Something goes wrong with Nebula because she knows she's all computer and she has a network in her head.
Yep.
It starts to show Rhodey, and of course, then they think Nebula's been betraying them.
Yes.
You know, the whole time she's like, "I'm so loyal. I'm so loyal. You can believe me. I'm so loyal."
Because it's another nebula, but like the networks are linked.
Yep, they're linked, so that their ship is calling back both feeds.
You know what's really crazy? Like I thought that both nebulas share the same IP, so it would give you some kind of network IP error. You know, like back in the day in Windows, it would tell me all the time, like, "Hey, there's duplicate IP, so I can't connect to either one."
Well, I'll tell you, by 2014, out in space, they fixed it.
They solved their problem. They have better technology.
Now they got a new problem they got to figure out. And then it shoots back to New York.
It's back to New York, cause
But it's after the Battle of New York.
after they defeat Loki.
We're in Stark Tower, and they've already arrested, or they've already captured Loki.
Loki.
It's that scene where he goes, "If it's the same to you, I'd like that drink now."
Yes, it is, and it's so funny when Iron Man flew in with Ant-Man, right? He's like, "Hey, you're really small, but you're really loud."
Yeah,
because he's like, "I don't know what that uniform did for you, Cap," but he's like, "I don't know what he's talking about, but that's America's ass right there."
Yeah. Well, that's what Ant-Man says.
I thought that was so funny. Like, it's
and of
because
course,
we don't
then the
have
strike
Quill.
team shows up.
Oh, when they say the strike team,
we're getting the same strike team that we see in Winter Soldier.
Yes.
And I like it because he goes, "That's Shield coming to take the step," but that's actually Hydra because we didn't know it at the time. You know, man, I like what Ant-Man said. You couldn't tell those guys were bad guys. Just look at them.
They look like bad guys.
They look like bad guys. And of course, Tony gets, the 2012 Tony has the Tesseract in a suitcase.
Yep, and then
the Avengers get on the elevator and they tell the Hulk he's got to walk.
Oh, I think that's funny.
Oh yeah, the Hulk is so bad. He's even talking in this one.
Yeah, you do. So
we all assumed he couldn't talk, but he's talking now.
Yeah, like no stairs. Well, we seen him in Avengers when he said puny God.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah,
he just doesn't talk much.
So of course, though, our Prime Cap gets in the elevator with the strike team. So we get the exact same.
I love that scene. It's the exact same scene from the Winter Soldier, right?
Exactly. Exactly. It's the same scene because everybody undoes. They almost do the same thing. They undo the holster.
Yes, they did.
It wasn't until this movie I realized that one of the characters from the strike team was a KGB Beast from Batman versus Superman.
Who?
The Russian guy.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
He's the guy who does the holster and gets ready for the pistol.
And you know what's really crazy when was it Stillwell?
Yes, Stillwell.
He just finished talking to his secretary, right? And then after he hung up, and that's when Captain America walks in.
Yep.
Like the timing is like I just talked to the secretary. You know, that's like a word that someone tries to steal the scepter. Is like, what I need to clear this with the secretary. Is like, it's okay.
Yeah. And they're all getting ready to fight him.
Yeah, Hell Hydra. Oh, that dude in the theater, I was like, oh my gosh, Captain America knew exactly how to play them. I thought that was genius.
Yeah, so he plays it, and this is where he changes time right here.
He does change time.
Now you got to think all these Hydra agents would probably expose themselves to the new Captain, to that times Captain America, and he'll be like, "What?" So he doesn't have to go through Winter Soldier now.
Oh, interesting.
Because he knows they're Hydra now. They're gonna tell them. They'll probably give it away.
Yeah, they'll just do because he's Captain America. Like I mean.
Plus, later on, he fights Captain America, and he tells.
Well, before he fights Captain America, right? I like it when he got the scepter and then he walked out, right, with a big old smile on his face. Like those people are just stupid.
Stupid. Well, the next scene is Stark.
Wait,
down to
before you say that, now I want to point out the second time Captain America swore in this movie.
Okay.
He said when he saw himself, right, then that's when he said, "You gotta be shitting me."
Yeah, but he didn't see himself yet.
He didn't see himself yet, but he saw himself as, you know, with
I didn't remember him saying that.
when he first time he said it, right, I even recognized in the theater, he just said a cuss word twice. Because that's how we go back to the Age of Ultron, because he said shit. When Tony says shit in Age of Ultron, right, he said language.
Did he say? I didn't know that's what he said. I think he said some other word.
Oh, no, he said, "You gotta be shitting me," because he saw himself.
Okay. Well, you know, it goes to Stark. You know, Stark and them on his crew is walking through the deal, and that's when they get Pierce. It's neat. Almost every actor has appeared in all of his movies that shows up in this.
So before we talk about Robert Redford, right? You know, they do the fighting thing, they do the Bucky's alive, right? And then that's when Captain America said
no,
it the
that
third
doesn't
time.
happen yet.
That hasn't happened yet? Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, that's why he just said something. Yeah,
because they're on the stairs. Yeah, they're you know, Pierce wants Loki and he wants the case.
Yes.
So this is a scene that we didn't get to see, but this happens in the first Avengers.
Yeah, in the first Avengers.
But this time, Stark Ant-Man jumps in there. Gives him like a kind of a heart attack.
Yes, give him a heart attack. And also, I was really surprised to see Robert Redford again.
Yes, well, they got everybody.
Got everybody because he has such a little part. I mean, Robert Redford.
Yeah, I know, but that's the thing. But it's neat. They showed almost every actor.
Yes.
It had a part, and some of them couldn't make it. Like
Natalie Portman didn't make it.
Yeah, Natalie couldn't make it, but she did voiceover for him.
She did voiceover, and they just took footage from what they didn't show from the Dark World.
She showed up long enough to do the voices for him.
Yeah.
So almost everybody took a part.
I know, it's so great.
Every actor. I mean, even Mr. Pym.
Yes. So yeah, Robert Redford. So that part did happen. Yeah.
So they have the heart attack, and of course Loki gets Tesseract. Well, actually, no. They get the Tesseract, and of course, the Hulk. They didn't know the Hulk was coming down.
See, they didn't know. That's the little plus they missed.
They forgot.
Yeah.
Because I guess they got too into it.
So isn't that another time thing right there when Ant-Man gave Iron Man the
Yep.
And
well, no, that wouldn't have hurt time if they wouldn't have lost the Tesseract.
But Ant-Man wasn't supposed to be there.
He wasn't supposed to be there, but they didn't know Ant-Man was there. He just made the heart attack and would have left. Yeah. That wouldn't have hurt time.
Oh, is when
that would not throw out time. You know, that would, because we don't know how it ended there.
Okay.
I don't think because we know they didn't get Loki and we know they didn't get the Tesseract.
Right, they didn't get Loki.
So apparently this heart thing wouldn't have hurt anything. But Loki getting the Tesseract damages time.
It damages time because now Thor, it did, the first Avengers ending didn't happen. Yeah.
They won't make it to the first Avengers because now they can't leave with Loki.
So it's kind of tricky when they say so when now we go to Cap versus Cap because I want to bring back your banner, right? So Cap versus Cap, they fight, which is really good because it's a really cool fight scene, and then it feels like Prime Cap almost lost your old Cap until he mentions Bucky.
Which I was thinking, I would have thought that the older Cap would have had more moves by then.
I thought so too.
Like, he did so much fighting, but I guess it's
the younger one. His thing's the younger one, you know.
Yeah, Captain doesn't age enough to be the younger one.
I guess not. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He doesn't age it, so he knocks him out, right? And when he got up, he's like, "That is America's ass." Then that was the only third time Captain America said a bad word.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, he's checking himself out.
That's so weird.
Go back to the ancient one, the ancient one in the hole.
Okay,
And
I
this
want
is
to talk
where
about
they
this.
try to explain the story because he wants the stone.
Hmm.
She tells him she can't give him the stone because if he takes the stone, then there's only 5 stones in the world, and she needs the stone to protect it. And plus, the timeline will split.
Okay,
She
so they
tells
explain the time right here.
it's funny. She's telling him he's going to damage the timeline right here. But here's the neat thing: the other 2 guys already damaged the timeline. But the Hulk tells her that he's going to bring the stone back. But
Exactly the moment they took it, right?
here's the sad thing is he doesn't know they damaged the timeline, so they're not going to be able to fix this timeline.
See, I want to talk about that. So let's just say they damaged the timeline, right? So how accurately are they able to put the stone exactly where they got it? You know what I mean?
Well, they have to come back. Yeah, if anytime they travel in any of these timelines to get the stone back, the captain has to come back after they left.
To put the thing stuff back.
Yeah, he can't go hide or he can't come back at the same time they're there.
So I'm thinking
Because
about the Tesseract.
if he comes back anytime before or while they're still there, it makes another alternate timeline.
Okay, so I want to talk about that. So
He
he's
can
not
only
able
jump
to.
in.
So how can he put the Tesseract back? Because he can't put it back in 2 places.
He'll have to figure out another way. It's Captain America.
Okay.
He can bring him back, but we got to remember what I'm curious about. They break the Tesseract into a stone, so he has to make something happen in the timeline, but he has to make it later on.
Yeah, later on it again, but that's fine because
But
Tony.
not without doing too much damage that it will alter them fighting Thanos in the end.
Yeah.
They have to fight Thanos in these timelines.
Yes.
They can't, in a way.
Ooh.
But
No,
yeah,
it's always just curious, you know. Put
But
that
yeah,
stuff
they
back.
promised. But here's the neat thing I like. But it also kind of messes with Doctor Strange's movie.
On this timeline, yes.
Yeah, on this timeline, she knows that Doctor Strange is going to be the best one of them.
Yes.
He already knows he's going to be Doctor Strange eventually.
Oh, you're right. I like this part too.
Because I don't. But it seemed like she didn't know this in Doctor Strange. But I think we talked about it.
Yeah.
But she decided that if Doctor Strange gave the stone away, he already knows what's
He
going to
already,
happen.
yes, exactly, because she almost doubted herself.
Yeah, she almost doubted herself. Then she realized, I can make this right.
Yep, by giving him the stone. Yep.
Yeah, by giving him the stone.
Well, Doctor Strange had a lot riding on this one.
Yes, he did.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, he had hope that yeah, but he also hoped that nothing else interferes with the time he saw.
Yeah.
But it does give you the puzzle. How's the time stone work? Does the time stone, when it sees the future, does it make alternate times, or does it just see alternate parallel universes?
Well, I think seeing
or
it is
it
okay.
Just undo itself because it's a stone?
It's just a stone because she's seeing the possible outcomes.
Yeah, possible deals.
Because Doctor Strange didn't go there physically to mess anything.
Yeah, he just sees it.
He's just like a TV show.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying because we already know what the stones do can be undone. So
yeah. Wow. So they got
the stone, and then the next thing is we go to 2014 on Thanos.
Go back to 2014. So no, I guess he watched the archive files from Nebula.
Yeah, that's the thing. He watched the whole deal to figure out. Well, they found out that the nebula they're hunting for is 9 years in the future.
Yes.
So.
Oh yeah, because they talk about the files. It's archive days, 9 years in the future.
Basically, they're watching it, and they watch it, and they realize they get to see the future. So
they can see the future. So
Thanos
Thanos saw the Avengers.
Exactly, Thanos gets to see. Yeah, he gets to see the Avengers, but he also gets to figure out what he's got to do.
And he figure out what he got to do. He does figure out that he does get the stone, and he say that again. He's inventable, whatever. You know?
Yeah, well, they actually don't go to that yet because they went ahead and shoot to Thor's mom again.
Yes, they went back to Thor.
Mom, of course, his mom's he's trying to sneak away, and she's like, "Hey, leave the sneaking to your brother." Look.
Yeah, no, that was so funny. He's like,
she immediately realizes this is not.
Yes, you knew it right away. It's not the same. And he's like, "You're from the future." Like, no, I'm not. Like I'm a witch. I was raised by witches. Like, you're right. I'm totally from the future. He talks like a stoner. I love Thor in this movie. Like, yeah, because he's crying. He's like, "Oh, the future has not been nice to you."
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I like it because he talks to his mom about it. She tells him, what did she tell him? You're not a failure or something, but you fail, or you are a failure or something.
Yeah.
But you're like, that just means you're like everybody else.
Yeah, just like everybody else. Yeah. I guess that's the thing that Thor didn't want to accept, right? He didn't want to be like everyone else.
Yeah, he didn't want to be like, well, everybody else on Asgard is what he's like.
Yeah. I love that. I'm totally from the future. They did talk about it, and I like when Rocket got it, and when those Asgardian guys was chasing him, they were like, "Stop that rabbit!"
Yeah, well, yeah, that's kind of weird. Because here's the funny thing. I
That's
was
what
thinking
Thor calls them.
it wasn't even that far. You know, later on after the movie, I was thinking, yeah, how is Captain America going to play this one?
I see. I guess it's something like you said, like he can't put two Tesseracts back, but like that's for Captain America to figure out.
Yeah, but I mean, he's going to have to sticker with something. I mean, Captain America's so polite.
Oh, I know. Like I'm sorry. I gotta inject this back into you. What?
But yeah, you know, Rocky's like, "Hey, mom, we got to go." And, you know, like he tells her we got to go, and of course, Thor wants to tell his mom something.
He's gonna die. Yeah.
He does not want to.
And she already know, like he should already know, like, hey, you know what? Your future is like not mine. Yeah, something like that, right? My future is set.
Yeah, her future's set because she's an alternate.
Yes.
If he tells her, then she changes it, and then they ruin the timeline.
I know. I think that was the only time that I know Figure is a witch.
Yeah. I thought we knew that a long time ago.
Well, I know that Figure taught, but if you watch Dark World, because I didn't watch Dark World.
Oh, okay.
That's when you know Figure taught Loki the magic that he knows.
Okay. Yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't know where Loki learned magic.
You didn't know she was gonna. You didn't know she was gonna die up until they said it in this movie.
I didn't know.
Oh,
so when I saw how, like, that's when me and Heather watched Thor after this, right? Like, oh my god, this was a good movie too. Yeah. Because Figure dies.
That's too bad because if you would have saw it, it would have made this scene even more.
Oh, you know it would. It would make this scene even more because like now I know why Loki helped Thor because vengeance for his mother. That's why that was the whole drive for him. It wasn't about betraying Thor. It was just about like, these people kill my mother. I'm gonna kill this guy back. Yeah, you're right. I feel like from now on, right? Whenever Phase 4, from now on starting Black Widow, I cannot miss any more Marvel movies because like, I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, we need to go ahead. Thor gets Jonathan back.
Oh yes, Thor, like because he did that thing, and I was like, what the heck is he doing? Like even Rocket, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, Rocket's sitting there going,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? She's like, of course, the mom's like,
sometimes it takes a minute.
And of course, he gets his hammer back.
This is a big deal, actually.
Yeah, because he's still worthy.
He's still worthy because like no one questioned it, right? I didn't even think about that until he could still grab it. Because he killed Thanos?
He lost himself, but he didn't lose anything. I mean, he thought he lost something.
Oh, he think he lost what? He makes him worthy.
Losing to Thanos doesn't make him not worthy.
Yeah, you're right. He did the right thing.
Yeah, he tried to do the right thing. He tried to do everything. He's trying to save all these people.
So he grabs the... I like that they could bring the stuff back to the original time. That's...
Yeah. Well, the good thing that Captain America can carry this hammer. They wouldn't be
you know what? That was part of the test. When Bart picked up a baseball glove, they need to see if they could bring that item back with them anyway. Yeah.
Well, of course you could. If you're moving in and out of it, then matter would move with you.
The matter moves with you. Thank you. Yes.
So, they jump out of time.
They go back, and now we go back to Nebula and
Rhodey. Well, it starts off because it's dark. The screen goes black. It starts playing this music, and you know,
yes,
because it's the opening scene to Guardians of the Galaxy.
I love that
because you see Quill singing,
dancing.
Of course, the shit's the Rhodey.
I love this line.
So he's an idiot.
So he's an idiot. Yes.
Yes.
Why he's gotta be an idiot?
He walks up and slaps him in the face and knocks him out.
I was so upset. Like, why you gotta be an idiot? Why can't he just have a good time? You know.
Well, picking up lizards and singing in their face. I'm sorry, I know this is your boy, but hey, your boy's got some issues.
Oh, you know what? I really like this scene. Well, after they knock Quill out, right, and then when they get the Power Stone, and I like how Rhodey talk about like some kind of Indiana Jones thing.
Indiana Jones reference, the Temple of the Power Stone.
And like this is the point where arrows start shooting out.
Yeah. Well, I like it because she reaches right in there and grabs that stone.
I know. I
like her hand out. And this is the best scene, a really good scene for this.
Yeah, me too. I was going to talk to you about that.
I wasn't always, because she feels ashamed.
Yeah.
She goes, I wasn't always like this. And of course he's like, I wasn't always like this too.
Yeah.
But we work with what we got.
Yes.
See, Rhodey's got the thing with space chicks. See?
I guess he does. But then it's because between both of them, because he lost a lot too. Like not like friends, but like he lost the
He
use
lost
of his legs, his
He
back.
lost the use of his lower body.
Yeah, the lower bodies. But then
He was
people forget
basically a
about that,
robot
and she
kind of
doesn't
way.
either.
Yeah. So yeah, 2 robots.
That was really good. Like I wasn't always
Yeah,
like
and
this
then this
either.
is when you get the bad scene.
Oh,
He jumps out and then she
wasn't there.
Well, he doesn't know it
He
because
doesn't.
he's still in time. He's in the time stream, so you
Yeah.
don't know what's going on until you make it to the same time as everybody else.
Yeah, because time moves differently. Because Nebula is able
Yeah.
to. Well, they
Yeah, he's
caught
stuck in the-
Nebula.
Yeah, so they grab Nebula. Well, they shock her out and she gets up and she runs, but it's not yet because as soon as we see Thanos 2014,
Yes.
and that's when we see that video. When we see all the stuff that we already seen.
Yep.
Of course, he gets his head cut off.
Oh yeah. He wasn't even afraid because like
I like that one day that goes, we're seeing the future, and of course, Thanos, because he's all awesome.
Yeah, Thanos. He said like it's a destiny fulfilled.
Yeah, well, he first goes, yeah, Maul goes, it's the future, and he goes, that's my destiny.
Yeah,
And of course, the head gets cut off, and he goes, that's a destiny fulfilled.
Oh man, that's.
It's like it's no big deal to him.
It's not because he.
Well, why? Because he knows he gets the stones now.
Yeah.
So he thinks if I say in the future, that it's going to happen.
Yep. And like he set up what he needs to do.
But to me, Thanos doesn't get time all that much either.
No.
As great as he is, he doesn't really grasp it as well as he thinks he does. He thinks it's already happened in their timeline, so it's got to happen this one. But he doesn't really understand that things can be changed.
Yeah, things can be changed.
Even
He just
in an
thinks that.
alternate timeline.
I do like that Ebony Maw point out that like she betrays you. Like, well, then she has a chance to prove herself.
Yeah, and he breaks that chain on around the neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, it is so good.
And of course, then we see Nebula wakes up. She gets out. She runs to the ship to try to call.
Yeah, trying to call Button.
Yeah, trying to call him. And of course, boom, Thanos gets him.
Yep, Thanos captures the ship. Yep.
And then we shoot all the way back to the New York 2012.
This is good. That's when Scott and Tony's sitting in the car, right? And they're all upset.
The car. And of course, Scott is freaking out again. He's such a little. And of course, he blames it on Tony Stark not wanting to do it in the first place.
He does because like it went wrong because they know that they only have enough Pym particles. Like now they don't have one stone. But
the neat thing is, Stark's like, I can fix this. And all he asks Captain America to back him up, and Captain America backs him up.
Oh, I love that scene too because like I didn't know where they were going, right? But he said like I know where to get more Pym particles.
That's the thing. Even Captain America doesn't know where he's going, but he goes ahead and puts his faith.
He put his faith in Tony.
Like at the seat of his pants is just picking something.
He does.
And I don't think Stark actually knows what time he is going in. He doesn't know what time he's going to.
But he's just taking a chance.
He knows where he's going. Yeah, he knows where he's going, and he's got a basic idea. He's going back to so many years. The only reason I say he doesn't know what time he's going in, because when he meets his dad.
Well, I want to say that line before you go to that scene, because they gave Scott the scepter, right?
Oh, I want to see that.
Because so we'll play it. You'll play Iron Man, and I'll play Captain America. So when Scott was like, "Do you guys know where you're going?" And then like, that's when Tony Stark says,
Yeah, he goes, "Thanks for the pep talk, pissant."
and then he says to Captain America, "Do you trust me?" And then Captain America's like, "I do."
I do.
And then they leave. And then after they leave, right? That's when you see Stan Lee.
Well, yeah. Well, it comes up. We're in New Jersey, 1970.
Yeah, 70. Yep.
But you got to remember, our characters don't know what time they're in.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they know they're in the past. And yeah, you're right. You hear that? They hear that car. And it goes by with the chip, and there's an older Stan Lee.
Yes.
Well, not as old as he is in the other movies. Yeah, make love.
No. Oh, that is so great.
But here's
Everybody
the thing.
packed
You
up.
see the bumper sticker on his car.
I can't remember what it was.
Oh, he's got a bumper that says "Nuff said." Do you ever read Stan's soapbox?
No.
Oh, "Nuff said's one of the sayings. Too.
Oh, you said that before.
Well, he also says Excelsior.
No, he said Excelsior. You know when he said enough said? He said that in Spider-Man 3.
Oh, did he?
He said like, because you never watched it because
Oh.
There's a scene. It says this. Hold on. It's either Spider-Man 2 or 3, right? No, it's Spider-Man 2. When they were watching the marquee, it was just Toby watching the marquee, right? Saying like, Spider-Man to receive key to the city. And then when Stanley comes up to it, say like, hey, you know what? Sometimes you just take one guy. And then Tobey Maguire didn't say anything, right? He's like, enough said.
Yeah, okay. Well, that used to be his thing. It was
Yeah.
when you read the Stan
Enough
so
said.
often.
That's right. Yeah, enough
So
said.
yeah, he's got it on his bumper sticker, and of course, the sign for the base is birthplace of Captain
Yeah,
America.
perfect on Captain America, New Jersey.
And of course, I like it because Stark is like, "You weren't really born here, right?"
No,
That's how yellow he
he's from
was.
Brooklyn. They put New
You know, he's gonna
Jersey.
give him a hard time.
I think it's a joke between those states all these years too.
Yeah,
New Jersey's.
but they got to find the Tesseract in the Tim Parkles, and he's like, "Where is it?" And we know where it is. The audience knows where it is because we watched. If you watched Winter Soldier,
Yes.
you see the bunker and he's doing the glasses. He's using his glasses, and he sees it. So they go over there.
Oh, that's right, because he asked Captain America, like, where would you hide something like right in the open? Because Captain America knew exactly what he's talking about. Like, yeah, because from the Winter Soldier.
So they get on the elevator, and there's that lady standing there looking at him.
I like that
like,
he's trying to block her view of Captain America because she would recognize him, right?
No, she wouldn't.
That's why I was like, why would she do that then?
Because, he leaves the elevator. I didn't understand it either, because he leaves the elevator and he's on there with her.
Yeah.
So she would have recognized, but you got to remember, Captain America hasn't been around since the 1940s.
Yeah, the 1940s. I thought about that too.
The actress is Yvette Nicole Brown. She's for Community.
Oh, that's right, she is.
Yeah, she's from Community too. I like it. She's just staring him down because later on she's the one that tells on him.
Yes. Oh, yeah, she is from Community.
So you've been here before? No, not really.
Yeah, not really. Yeah, you new here? No.
Yeah, not really. Of course, he's got the captain. He's got the captain badge on.
Captain badge, like good luck on your good luck on your something, yeah, Captain. Like you do that. Yeah. Good luck on your mission.
So I like it when Stark goes down in the elevator and uses his glasses to find the Tesseract.
Yes.
And of course
And Captain America went to find more particles. So let me ask you this: if they wouldn't have come here, they wouldn't have enough for Captain America to go back, right?
Yeah, they wouldn't have been able to make it back.
Just all saying. So I don't understand, like, if they messed up. So they went to there to get more particles anyway.
Yeah, they weren't really going to go there anyways, They just exhausted their supply of particles. They need the Tesseract, and they wouldn't have enough particles to get the Tesseract.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Yeah, because they wouldn't. That's what Scott was so mad at them.
Well, I thought they was mad at him because they wouldn't have enough stone. Even if they're trying to go for another Tesseract, they won't have another one.
They didn't have a Tesseract, but he's also mad that they didn't have enough particles to go find another stone.
Yeah, and then Tony came up with that.
They didn't have enough to do it, but they had enough to get back in time one more time. So they made another alternate reality.
They made another alternate reality. That's right.
Yeah, they've made several alternate realities. What, 3, 4, 5 alternate realities now?
Yeah, a lot.
But that's the thing, though. You got to think. No, that is a lot, because you got to think 5 alternate realities. In each of these alternate realities, well, except for one, they're going to time travel, or maybe 2, 1 or 2. They're going to time travel to fight Thanos again, and they're going to have to travel into 5 more. Every one is in 5 more, and those 5 more of every one of them, they're going to time travel again. So this turns into a giant tree.
It just keep piggyback each other. Yes.
Yeah. Because every alternate reality, they got to time travel now.
So keep that thought, right? That's one thing I want to ask you at the end of this movie, okay?
Okay, yeah. Because this is a giant tree.
So good. So now, I guess everybody has their own thing. How did you like the scene with Tony Stark talk to his father? I thought that was really great.
I love this scene. Oh, I thought it was cool. Because, he's just so happy that he gets his dad. He doesn't know what to say.
He doesn't know what to say.
So what's your name? He doesn't know what to say.
Potts.
He just says Howard.
Howard Potts.
Yeah, well, he takes a little bit. Yeah, because when he goes, well, that's going to be easy to remember.
Yes.
First, the sauerkraut and the flowers. So he asks him, "You want?" Because remember, his dad comes down and looking for Zola.
Yes.
So we get that name. We don't see Zola, but we get the name.
No.
Of course, they go upstairs. They talk. They get on the elevator and talk. Of course, Tony Stark. This is why I say Tony Stark doesn't know what time he is, because he's like, "So you got a date?" He goes, "No, I'm expecting him."
Yes.
He goes, how far along? So he wants to know the time.
Yeah, he doesn't know what the date. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't know exactly the day or time.
So and he's like, I don't know this. Like, I did the time. He did like this for a long.
And of course, he tells him about his family.
Yeah.
Because his dad never gets to see his grandkid. I'm sure he wants to tell him more now.
Yeah. No, that's really great.
And here's also what he also realizes: his dad has already considers him more important than him.
Oh. Yeah, he said that. Yeah.
Well, he tells him because he goes, I hope I have a daughter. And he goes, why would you want a daughter? And he tells him this line. He got, I forgot what he say. He goes, because I forget what he says. He just says, the way he says it.
What about his son?
Yeah. Well,
he said, like, the kid is not even here yet, but there's nothing I wouldn't do in the world for him. Is that what the line?
He also says another line. He says a line that basically why he doesn't want a son, because he goes, he usually lets the greater good of the world take away from what he wants. Really, what's more important to him. So that's basically what he's saying is, Tony always felt neglected, is because his dad was trying to save the world for his sake.
And he's doing the same thing.
Instead of spending all his time with Tony, he felt like he had to get away to go to save his world.
That's really good.
So basically, and that's the same thing. That's the way Stark is. He had to leave his kid and his wife to go save the world.
Yeah. Wow.
So exactly like his father, and that's what his father says.
No, that's really good. Man.
Yeah, that's some line, because basically his dad tells him, and that's when they bond right there.
Yeah.
Wow. Even though his dad doesn't know it's his kid.
Man, this is fantastic.
Oh, this is one of the biggest parts in the movie, because Stark is to fix something for himself.
Yes.
Because remember, he tries to talk to his father, that machine that they make in Civil War.
In Civil War, yeah.
And, it doesn't really work that well for him. I mean, you see everything, but he's not getting anything from it. No. This, he's getting something. He's getting to see his dad before something bad happens to him that we don't know is coming.
No. Oh, man.
So we get this.
That doesn't happen until later. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Of course, we see Steve, and he goes to Pym's office, which is awesome, because we see younger Pym.
We see younger Pym, and also Captain America had to make that phone call. Like this box is glowing.
Yeah. Well, the neat thing is, it goes across the desk, and we see all the ants. He's experimenting with the ants, but they show the original ant helmet from the
Yes, they did. I noticed that. Oh, that is so cool.
Because it's normal in the 60s. It's not normal now. So he builds his earliest helmet.
Because the first time they talk about Henry Pym as Ant-Man in the 80s, but by then it was already that that helmet with that circle, that.
Yeah, it was in the 60s.
Yeah, no, this one in the 60s. That's all I'm saying. That's the only time we've seen it.
Yeah, because we never saw it, because you're right. We saw it in the 80s. Now we go back to the 60s and see all this stuff. And of course, so cool. They go in his office and they get the Pym particles, and then of course he's walking. What is he? Yeah, he's walking out. Hear something, he has to go, yeah, that lady's got 2 guards and looking for him. They're talking about the Mungo.
Oh, hold on, I put that down. Mungo Jerry. I don't know what that is.
I don't know who Mungo Jerry is. I used to be a singer because they named the Bee Gees too.
Oh yeah, the Bee Gees. Yeah,
Mungo. I know who the Bee Gees are. I don't know who Mungo Jerry is.
Yeah, I don't know who Mungo Jerry is. I know the Bee Gees.
To the office, and then he hears a voice that he knows.
Yes,
Peggy. And did you hear what she's talking about? They're talking about some agent named Bradrock.
Yes.
Who's actually Captain Britain. Well, it's the same name as. Last name is Captain Britain. It's also the same name as Psylocke.
Oh.
Psylocke is the sister to Captain Britain.
Really?
Yes. Oh. Even though she looks Asian, there's a big story to this.
So they mentioned too.
Yeah, usually if you get killed in the comic books, you come back as a Japanese person.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, I mean,
totally understand. Alternate universes, right? Got it.
No, it's not alternate at all. I mean, this is just the way it works in the MCU.
Oh, okay.
In the comic book.
In the comic
I don't know why, but hey, I'm cool with it.
I'm cool with it too.
So he hears that, and of course he sees the picture, and he realizes he's in her office. Of course, this gets him thinking.
Yeah. That gets him thinking.
He gets out of the office.
And Peggy's older version here, because it's already been 30 years since the 40s.
Yes. Well, yeah, it's her 70s version.
Yeah.
I mean, she's been the director for a while now. She formed this deal. And I guess she's the only director.
This is a good scene too, because he realized how much Captain America. He realized how much he missed.
Yeah, what he lost.
He lost. Yeah, he lost.
Yeah, because he lost for all of this. But I'm sure it's worth it to him. But he would like it back. I mean, this time travel, he's like, look what I get to see. I get to see her again.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Tony with his father, but he can't go talk to her.
No, he can't.
He would mess up time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we don't know.
I like that. You know what's really weird? I know Dad was in the dark office, right? He's able to see her, but she can't see him, even though it's just no.
Well, she's got a light on in her room.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because he's in the dark office.
Yeah, exactly. That's all that's separating.
Yeah.
And he's standing against the window right in her face.
It's so good, that scene.
But I like it. Then he comes up. He's got the deal. He's waiting for Tony, and Tony's still talking to his father.
Yeah.
But of course, Tony's giving his father advice.
Oh, I know.
I love it.
About
But also,
the kid.
he comes to that line. He goes, "No amount of money ever bought a second of time,"
Yes.
which is a good line. I like. I just like it because I like time.
You know what? I like that. You know what? I'm gonna write this down. I might name the episode this. No amount of money
bought a second of time.
bought a second of time. Perfect.
I like that, and of course his dad's like, "I like this guy," you know.
Yeah, I like this guy. Because when he's there,
he gives him a hug.
He gives him a hug. I don't know. It's so funny. It's like, okay.
I like it. Yes, thank you for everything you've done for our country.
So, I like it when he got back to his driver, right? I didn't know that was Jarvis.
Yeah, well, I did because I watched Peggy Carter.
Yeah,
if you watch Peggy Carter, if you watch Peggy Carter, you know this guy, and they have actually aged him appropriately.
Oh, really?
Peggy Carter takes in the 50s, late 40s, early 50s. So they've aged him a little bit. I like it. He goes, "Do we know him?"
Oh, you met lots of people, sir.
Yeah, you meet lots of people, sir.
Yeah. Just answer immediately. It's kind of like the robot too. Like that's something Jarvis would actually say, like the AI one. You meet lots of people, sir. Yeah, I love that.
And of course, then we go back to 2014.
We go back to 2014. Nebula fights Nebula.
Yeah, she's
like the scene. Yeah, beat the crap, and then
she's asking Gamora to help her because she knows you don't want this. Because she already knows what the type of person Gamora really is.
Yes.
She knows she's acting.
Yep. And I like Nebula steals the piece.
Yeah, because she has that copper piece. Yep. Which I'm thinking that's something Tony Stark did for her. Probably.
Yeah, probably. Yep.
Yeah, it seems like a modification he'd make. It's got gold on
it. Yeah, got gold on it.
Oh, he likes to change colors of panels and stuff. So.
Yeah. So now we go back to.
And of course, didn't she give the Pym particles to her father?
Yes, she got it from Nebula. Got it from Nebula.
Yeah, because they hatched, but now they got a plan.
Now they got a plan.
And then we shoot over to Vormir on 2014.
So now they did a lot of jumping back and forth, right? Except for this part, they played this all the way out without going back to anyone. Because we already seen everybody do their mission except for Black Widow and Hawkeye. So when I saw this scene, right? Everybody know what's going to happen, but they didn't know. Now the question is, who is going to be?
Yeah, and that's the thing. And this is the one I thought I knew who it was going to be, but you don't know, because at this time before I went to see the theater, I already knew there was going to be a Black Widow movie,
right,
coming out, and we also knew there was supposed to have been a Hawkeye TV show.
I know, and it makes it so much harder. Like,
I heard about the movie, so I thought it was Hawkeye before I made it to the theater. Then I heard, before I got to see the movie, I heard there may be a Hawkeye TV show. And I'm like,
so that's the thing that they do, right? Like, oh, you think you know, but you have no idea. So I want to point out before we even talk about who it was, right? The first time we saw this place, it was already emotional. And Marvel is able to bring this back again with different people, same thing.
Make it feel the same way, yeah.
And I'm thinking, like, which scene was better? I talked to Heather about this either yesterday or Thursday, right? I told her, like, well, I'm going to get with you today to talk about this, and I'm going to answer this question. Because I asked her, which scene was better for the Soul Stone?
What was harder to watch?
Exactly. What was harder to watch?
It was Black Widow and Hawkeye.
It's because we know their relationship longer, right?
No, it's also because you already know what's going to happen. And now it's because when we didn't know the rules yet. We didn't know what's happening. We thought we knew, and the Gamora plays it different, and it was kind of sad. He throws her off there. Okay, cool. But he's a bad guy, and we only like her to a point.
Okay. So this was harder to watch.
I like her too, but that's only one loss. Yeah. But now you're there, and you got two characters you like.
Yes.
And you got to watch them fight
to see who can sacrifice themselves.
Yeah. So you already know you're going to lose one, and you got to watch them beat each other to die.
I like how both.
It was way harder because
it is way harder to watch.
You do get a little break on it though, because he tells you this, and you already know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you're right. They take a little break on it.
So they're standing there, they're sitting there, and of course you have Hawkeye's like, "Hey, how are you?" He says that to the deal. He's just sitting there, and he's kind of smiles, real evil looking. Yeah. Red Skull's over there, And they're just sitting there, and they're like, I think he's lying.
Yeah, I think he's all bullshit. That's what he said.
Yeah. And she's like, she's like, I don't think so. And he goes, because he said your father's Ivan. She goes, I didn't know the name of my father.
Oh, yeah, that was a good thing. She didn't know her name. Her father's name was Ivan.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
well, if you read the comics, you know Hawkeye's mother is Edith.
Yes, Edith. Go.
Yeah, because his dad was abusive.
Son of Edith.
Yeah.
So I like how they talk about it. Like I like how Hawkeye was already like, you know what, I done a lot of bad stuff. When he said that, and I'm like, you know, you're talking to Natasha, right?
Yeah.
She does a lot of bad stuff.
Yeah, but I'm thinking he's thinking he can't face his family.
Oh, yeah, I was thinking he can't face his family.
Because he did this because of them.
Oh, this is harder to watch. When he said like, tell my family I love them, and then he's like, why don't you tell her yourself? Tell them yourself.
Yeah. And then they just fight all the way, and they're hanging off that ledge.
Good. When they hang off that ledge, right? When Black Widow tied him up, that's when I knew like, oh, it's gonna be Black Widow.
Yeah, I was like, man, this is.
So it's always a woman that dying for me to get the Soul Stone.
Oh yes.
Yeah, both of them. So in the beginning, I thought it was gonna be Hawkeye too, because like they're not gonna kill two girls here, right? Like if you think about it, they already killed Gamora, then they're gonna kill Black Widow too.
It was real. I mean, even when you thought about it, you couldn't figure out which one was going to be more important than the other.
It's tough, I know.
They're almost equal in Avengers.
Yes.
You know?
And they love each other, but not romantically.
Yeah, and both characters neither one of them had their own movie yet.
Yeah.
And I mean, there was just so much, I mean, they were equals almost in the whole story all the way.
That's why I give Marvel my money twice. I went to see Black Widow, then I also bought it on Disney Plus. And it's going to do that for Shang-Chi.
I went and bought the Blu-ray, so we're good.
I'm going to do that for Spider-Man too, except for Eternal. I will still see it, but I'm going to watch that at home. Because I can't miss anything now. Just giving the like, you miss Captain Marvel, I missed Thor, that was stupid.
But luckily for me, Captain Marvel was only like one piece.
Oh, you're right.
Only one piece.
I didn't see Ant-Man 2. Oh, I saw Ant-Man 2.
But man, watch it. Missing the Thor, the second Thor movie. That's so much information.
I know you're right. That's why I can't miss anything.
A whole bunch of
going forward.
Yeah, that was a lot of character building right there for Thor in his world. I'm like, that's a big movie. I mean, I know it's not the most popular movie, but it's an important stone.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, it is an important stone. Yeah, because I didn't know about it. You're right. Like now we know Natasha dies. And then I like how on the Soul Stone, when you get it, right, you wake up in this body of water. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But I mean, then you realize what you're going to lose to get it.
I know.
Makes you wonder. Because I mean, I already know that Hawkeye's thinking this was not worth this crap.
It's not. So I want to talk about that. Like, so what if on Vormir, right? What if there's Ant-Man and the Hulk? That would be tough.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. If they would have got some other characters, it wouldn't have worked.
No. Which two characters besides these two?
They loved. Yeah, they couldn't have lost something they loved.
So how did they plan it exactly perfectly, right?
They just got lucked out. Okay. And I don't know. I wonder if...
I accept that. Lucked out.
Well, here's the problem. Maybe Nebula set them up for it.
Without telling them.
Yeah. She couldn't have done it. She couldn't have told them.
She couldn't have. She knew how... But she couldn't have told anybody.
She knows what it's a huge sacrifice. I mean, all the Avengers probably would have been fighting over.
So you're right. So you're right. So Nebula can see from the missions they go through with Black Widow, because you know that Natasha is always looking for Button.
Yeah, she must have figured it out. Yeah, and they probably talked to people and figured it out.
Yeah. Wow.
And she realized that that's the only person that's going to be able to achieve.
Get
one
the
of them,
Soul Stone.
the only people that's going to achieve it. And she probably thought. Because it's not bad on her part. She couldn't. What was she doing?
She can't do it. Nobody else can. It can't be Rocket.
We saw the fight they put up.
Yeah, it won't be Rhodey.
Yeah, because for all we know, Captain America probably wouldn't have let them go through with it.
Actually, Captain America probably would sacrifice himself. Obviously.
Yeah, he would have tried to, but he couldn't.
No.
I mean, that's the thing. He wouldn't have been able to do it.
No. You would need someone to match Captain America's side, like the love thing.
Yeah. I mean, ultimately, for the story of the movie, it has to work out.
Thank you, Marvel. Thank you, writers at Marvel, right? That brought us this scene twice. Even though we know what happened after the first time, right? And then they did it again.
Let me ask you: do you think this is the best Marvel movie?
Endgame?
Yes.
Um, yes, because it takes so many movies just to build this one up. I had
Yeah.
never seen anything like this. Like in a trilogy, right? Like let's talk about one of my favorite trilogy is the Dark Knight one. Like on the third one, you don't really need to invest in the Dark Knight or the Batman Begins
Yeah.
to get all
Because
the
it's so,
feelings in
so
this one.
so much time has gone by.
Because like on this one, they somehow did it. We did 21 movies, right? Just to bring you this one, and all the emotion comes back
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
everything.
I think it's the. I actually kind of think it's the best one.
Oh, it is the best one.
It's got so many. I mean, it's got some character for everybody. So many facets.
Everyone is in this movie.
And
Everyone.
it's a pretty emotional movie too.
Yes, it's
And
very
the
good.
acting's pretty good.
Like you said that before in Infinity War, everybody brings their A game.
Yeah, everybody brought their A game, and I mean, this is just basically another part of the Infinity War.
Yes, as the other
Which
part.
I mean, why they're filming this? I mean, we see Captain Marvel in this movie. I'll point out Captain Marvel actually filmed this movie before she films Captain Marvel.
Oh yeah, because they did the Infinity War
Yeah,
Endgame first.
and I forgot, wasn't there another movie being filmed at the same time this one was?
Which one would it be?
I don't know, but they picked up right after Infinity War.
Yeah.
They may have been kind of overlapped some stuff, so nobody will know what the story.
I mean, like no one was able to spoil anything, right? Even on the
Yeah,
internet. Well, since I
yeah,
saw on day one,
only one person, only one actor in this whole movie got the whole
Tom
script.
Holland. I know they made that
No,
in the. What? It's not
no,
Paul.
actually, one actor actually got the real script.
Oh.
Robert Downey Jr. was the only one that got the whole entire script. He got to read the entire script because he can keep the secret apparently.
Wow. So
Yeah, that's pretty good.
you know what? You're right. They when they show up on set, right? They didn't know what scenes they were gonna do. They were
Yeah,
not able to practice.
yep. Nobody knew it. The only one person got the script, the full script,
Oh, dang.
and it was Iron Man, so he could see the future.
Yes, he can. So that way, no one can spoil it, which is funny. I think I told you. I don't think I said it on here before, right? But I talked to you about the story. So on Endgame, right? You know, I'm from Hong Kong. So the only
Yeah,
thing that I know from Hong Kong is that like there's a news story that some of these people when they leave the theater, right, when they see the other people waiting to get in, he spoiled it like, oh, this person died, this person died, this person died. So in Hong Kong fashion, they beat his ass. That's what I would do if I was living in Hong Kong. Like, you don't come out spoiling the movie, right? When I'm excited to see. So he got his ass kicked, and then when the police came, right? This is what they told. That's what the cops are like. Oh, he spoiled the movies of Endgame, but they didn't say what happened, right? And now when I read that story, you know what I would have done because I'm from Hong Kong. The cops are like, oh, you deserved it. That's how we roll. There's no justice like, oh, assault and battery because I'm Chinese, right? I'm pretty sure if anybody from Hong Kong listening to this, you would say the same thing. Oh, he totally deserved it, and then they would just go on with their day. They
they
won't.
probably do it here too. They would probably do it here.
Yeah, but then
I mean, especially if the cops are waiting to see an in game. They're like, after our shift's over, we're gonna go see in game. And you just ruin it for these guys. Hey, go get the handcuffs.
we'll just put him in the police car, and then we'll deal with
Yeah.
it in 3 hours.
But he'd be like, I'm the guy got beat up. They go, well, it's for your protection.
You deserved it.
We're gonna take you down to the station for about a week.
Right. Because imagine if you come out of the theater, right, and some douche says they say like, "Oh, Black Widow dies." Like, what? I didn't know that. I would be so mad.
Yeah, that's just crummy.
Yeah, imagine that. You know. So yes.
Man, think of the type of hell that person gets stuck in.
He gets his ass kicked. I'm sorry. You can't just do that.
Yeah, he'll be sitting there and they wanting to watch all kinds of movies, and the devil keeps showing up and telling him the ending.
So right here, right, is the part I stopped taking notes because right then when everybody went back, it's like it's the end of the movie, right? Starting from right here is where they
Yeah, I
make.
can take the notes here too, but mainly because I had no other choice.
Oh, okay. So I like how they got all the stones, right, and then
Yeah, well, I like it. They pop all back, and yeah, you're right. They got all the stones, and everybody's happy.
yep,
Except then they realize one person in their
they
group.
come back. Yeah, and then nobody knew Nebula was different because when Clint came, the first person they asked like, "Hey, where's Nat?" was the Hulk.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they knew they didn't come back. She didn't come back.
And then they're upset, and they go, and it shows the scene where they're out on the lake.
Yeah, on the lake. Yep.
And here's the thing: this scene is pretty good. And actually, this is kind of her funeral thing. I noticed after the movie came out, a lot of people were upset. They're like, "Oh, the Black Widow didn't get a funeral like Tony
Yeah.
Stark does." But I'm like, they're in the middle of a fight.
But say
She
that you got
doesn't.
cut in and out for me. Say that again.
Okay, she's in the middle. They're in the middle of a fight. That's why. That's one reason. Second of all, she doesn't like big funerals.
No.
She didn't like all this. She didn't like all this attention. And this, to me, this scene was good enough for Black Widow.
No.
Plus, like the writer said, they already knew she was getting a movie, so you get to do your goodbyes during the movie if you weren't happy. But to me, the people that were griping about it, I'm like, this scene doesn't lessen her death anymore.
No, it doesn't because like everybody. What do you think about Thor when he thought that he could bring her back?
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing. Because who was? I don't remember who was talking about. Remember, Thor comes up. Let's stop this nonsense. We'll just go get her back. He just does it, and then Barton says something.
Yeah, Barton says something like he said.
He gets up in Barton's face. Yeah, he gets up in Barton's face, and Barton jumps back in his face.
Yeah.
It's like, if you want to get her back, then you go talk to that guy.
Yeah, you talk to that guy. You ride your magic hammer and you go talk to that guy.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like Hawkeye was like, you're gonna beat the crap out of that chubby guy.
Yeah.
Nobody was happy.
No.
I mean, the Hulk is skipping these rocks. He's probably knocking out another building.
And then Captain America said something emotional, right? He said like, if we don't do this now, we'll make her death like nothing. Like,
exactly.
All her effort, like nothing. Yeah.
So, to me, if you're griping about the funeral thing, apparently you must have missed this thing. They're probably crying too much. I'm going to let them say they were so teary-eyed they didn't see this scene. This is a big scene.
No, this is a big scene, yeah. Cause
they had their own little thing for her already.
Yeah, because the Black Widow died, yeah.
Yeah.
But and also at the funeral, like the Black Widow didn't touch everybody's lives, unlike Iron Man did.
Well, she didn't want to.
Yeah, she didn't want to. She was very kept to herself.
The person that lived in the shadows.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people talk about that, but like you know the difference of the character, right? Like it's not even a man and woman
thing. It's all character driven. It's not like the real actress died. Okay.
Yeah.
Still alive, kicking.
Yeah.
And she'll make a lot of good, awesome movies.
Yes. Yeah. So now they got the stones figured out, and I like how they talk about like who is gonna do it. That is a good.
Well, I like
scene
it. Well, I like it with the glove, because Tony Stark builds a glove using technology, and they're really, and then boom, Rocket the little jerk.
That was very funny.
It was funny because they all jumped.
Yeah, right in front of it was Banner and Tony, right? Like in that glass bowl.
Yep. Boom. And then you're right. Then they get in a kind of a, who's going to wear this?
Because I was thinking like, who is going to do this? They never talked about that.
Well, I didn't think about it because it was Tony's gloves, so you'd think it'd be Tony.
Yeah.
But
because they don't know what was going to happen because they
but but they talked about it. It's going to kill. It's probably going to kill
one of them. Yeah.
So now you're wondering, well, who's going to wear it? And of course, Thor's like, I'll do it.
Yeah. How did Thor jumped up right away?
And I wonder, would it have killed Thor?
I don't know. Would it?
But he couldn't. Yeah, but he wasn't in his right state of mind to do it.
And he wasn't because he asked what do you think is coursing through my veins right now? Cheese whiz.
Yeah. Brody always gets it, man.
Cheese whiz. But I don't know. Let's just say he's in the right of mind. Let's just say Thor was his back from Ragnarok, right? Would he been able to?
I think he may have been able to do it. It may have hurt him too, though.
Yeah, but then it's so funny because
we don't know how powerful. I mean, Thor gets all kinds of electricity going through his body. His eyes light up.
So we don't know. Did you think they all know that was going to be the Hulk? Like Tony probably would have known. Right?
I didn't suspect the Hulk at all.
I didn't either, but Tony probably would have known.
But it made sense as soon as he decides I should, because I can deal with gamma radiation.
Yes, because they know the gamma.
Makes kind of sense. But of course, the glove. You're looking at the glove, thinking, "It's gonna fit your hand."
Oh, I know, and then he transformed to fit anybody's hand, right? I also like that it's on the right hand, and Daniel's wearing on the left. I seen that.
Yeah.
You know what I thought when he did that?
What?
So that way, a lot of stuff is about marketing toys, right? So people can get the left one and the right one at the same time and wear it together. I thought about that. That's like, why did they put it on the right hand? Because Thanos uses the left hand. Yeah, and when they didn't make Iron Man's right, I was like, so you can have two gauntlets at the same time.
No, because you can't do that. There's not two guardians.
Whatever.
No, come on. What kind of timeline are you living in?
Oh, I'm living in the reality timeline where I can buy both merchandise at once.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I don't live in that
So
reality
you're
world.
right. So I want to go back to like so when Hulk was gonna do it, right? I thought that was a little bit too small, but when he put it on, I like that
Yeah.
it adjusts to size, cause it's the nano technology.
Yep. The nanotechnology.
Yep.
This is awesome technology. I don't know why we don't have nanos. People have been talking about it so long. Where's mine?
It is coming eventually.
But hey, he puts it on and he snaps his fingers.
Well, he puts it on, right? But then it does a thing to him, like the same thing that
Oh
Thanos
yeah.
does.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, it does more to him than Thanos.
Oh yeah, because he's not as powerful as Thanos.
Because it's already starting to burn him up.
Oh yeah, it's such to burn him up.
And of course, Hulk, what is it? Thor's like, oh, we gotta save him.
Well, I like even before he snaps, right? Everybody got in the defense position.
Oh yeah.
And then Iron Man told the Friday to shut down the whatever.
Yeah, locks up the building.
Yeah. Everybody put their helmet on. Like, man, I don't know what's gonna happen. And then he snapped, right? And I like just a few seconds later, Hawkeye's telephone rang because Ant-Man went outside. And he went outside to the windows, right? And then like the sun was coming up. It feels like it's the feeling of hope when the sun comes up, and then the phone rang. It's Hawkeye's wife.
Yeah, the phone's ringing and it's Hawkeye's wife.
And then they think it worked. Yeah.
He starts talking to her.
And
He's
then,
so happy.
of course, at that time, right, Thanos arrives.
Well, yeah, Nebula goes up there and shrinks that whole gigantic spaceship, that oversized spaceship, and brings it to Earth.
It is so... Because I didn't think they were going to fight Thanos in this movie, actually.
I didn't think this was going to happen.
Because, I didn't know how it was going to end because, But then when that came, right, I'm thinking...
Well, you kind of got an idea now, but I wouldn't have thought I didn't think they were going to fight Thanos at the end of this movie.
Yeah, I didn't either. I like how... Because also Thanos at that time have his full armor on.
Yeah. Yeah, well, this is the 2014 version of it.
Yep, the 2014, so... He came packing.
Yeah, he comes packing with his big old...
Crushes the whole compound. Almost drowns Rhodey.
Yeah, they blast it. Yeah, they blast the compound and it caves in.
Oh.
Yeah, so it busts up the Avengers all
wow. And then it starts, and then this is when it happens.
Yeah, this is where the battle starts. I mean, this is a big giant scene. I mean, a lot of deals. Hawkeye finds the glove.
Not only Hawkeye finds the glove, right? I like how like that's the way that Nebula proves to Thanos that she's loyal. Yeah. And I like how now go fetch the gauntlet for me. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
What do you mean, when he lands and all he does is go and sits down.
Yeah, I like that. What are you gonna do? Wait. Yeah, and he just sits down. And this is the first time, well, not the first time, but this movie is the first time I've seen that double-edged weapon. Thanos.
Before he had the double-edged weapon before.
I don't know if they probably showed it in Infinity
War. Because I knew the double-edged sword.
Yeah.
They must have had another movie.
Maybe Infinity War, but I don't remember until I saw this one.
Okay.
Because it's a powerful weapon.
He just sits there because he thinks he can't be beaten.
Yeah, he can't be beaten. He's right, right?
He makes a statement about them. He says that he knows, why they're going to lose? Because they're arrogant.
Yes, arrogant. And then he also changed his plan. Instead of killing just half the percent, right? He's going to start it over.
Yeah, well, that's later on in the movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Before they fought him.
Yeah, after they fight him, he goes, it wasn't personal. He goes, now it is.
Now it is.
Believe what I'm going to do to your planet.
Yeah.
Basically, he's going to destroy Earth altogether.
I love that. When Thanos sits there, right, and Thor's just watching him. And he knows, they're just not doing anything.
Well, yeah, they're like...
When they came to.
But I like it because he calls them arrogant, but he's the one that's arrogant.
Oh, I know, right? It's like, yeah.
And then, basically, the whole movie becomes them knocking the glove back and forth. Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have the glove yet. Like this part, right? When they fought him the first time. I like how Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor met up with Thor in that place, and he's like, "What is he doing?" He's just been sitting there, and he's like, "Well, let's finish it for real this time, right? Yeah, let's kill him properly."
Yeah.
I love that when he said, I like when Thor said that, right? He got dressed with his magic, I guess, and then he grabbed both of his weapons, right? The Stormbreaker and Mjolnir.
Yeah.
And then that's probably the coolest thing because I didn't expect to see this so fast, right? After Thanos just landed 5 minutes ago, He arrived 5 minutes ago, and then now they're gonna fight him.
Yeah, they started fighting, but then you got all the other superheroes underground.
Underground, they're trying to get
help. Who did Rhodey save?
Rocket.
Man? Yeah, he saves Rocket. He
because
takes the
they were
suit off
drowning.
and crawls. Yeah, he takes the suit off and crawls.
Yeah, because he said, see you on the other side, little man."
Yeah, yeah, but that I mean, I thought it was cool that he gets rid of his suit just
Yeah,
to
and
go see.
that was the part where you see Hulk pull it up, trying to stop the wreckage from the left hand, right?
Yeah.
And you can see his right is already damaged. Like,
Yeah, and then Ant-Man saves him.
yeah, Ant-Man saved him because he grew. Yeah, he get there quick. Yep.
And then of course Hawkeye's the one that finds the glove.
Oh, I know, and he's running from all those things.
Fights the alien dogs, yeah. And of course, he comes across Nebula. And he thinks Nebula's the real.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, I know you."
And then of course here comes Gamora in the R Nebula.
Yes.
I like it because they're fighting and Nebula shoots herself.
Oh, that's really creepy to me, because I never seen like time travel when two people see each other, or like killing yourself. Is that how you say it?
Yeah. Kill herself.
Yeah, kill herself. Still your past
She
self.
killed her alternate self.
Still to her alternate self. Okay.
Yeah.
Like
She
Jet
killed
Li
her
in the
other
one.
self. Yeah, she killed her past self from alternate reality that they
Yes.
created. That she didn't exist until they created. So everyone's okay.
So right here, there's a big time travel no.
How?
Because they're not supposed to be in this timeline. Like the
They're
Thanos,
not.
they left 2014 to go to
Yeah.
2023.
Yeah,
So now in that 2014, there's no more Thanos.
Yeah, there's no more Thanos, so the timeline has been changed.
So the TVA should be watching for that. Okay, well, let's go on.
If they don't get there fast enough, can't fix it.
Yeah, and they're too powerful.
And then it looks like they've already missed the other ones. But actually, you know what? It's not. That's their problem. But this timeline's not their problem because this is the prime line.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Go back and fix something that's already past time.
okay. Oh, that's good. That's a good point.
You can't because
No.
this is the beginning of time. This is the end of time right now.
Yeah.
We're at the end of time. Until Loki shows up, then we'll fast forward to the end of time even further.
Okay.
But right now, this is. the
But
end
now
of time.
this is Endgame.
So
Yeah.
nobody can jump in and fix it because nobody knows what's going to happen yet.
You know what's really good about this divide? That they were able to write this movie, right? Where just Thor, Iron Man, and Captain America fighting Thanos. I mean, the Hulk wasn't there. Nobody else was there. Like you said, Hawkeye was doing his own thing. Nebula and Gamora got the gauntlet with the Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Nobody came back in this part. So right now it's strictly all just the top three fighting Thanos.
Yeah, and it's an awesome fight.
It's an awesome fight. It just
And Thanos isn't doing that good.
no. But Thanos holding his own.
Yeah, he's a powerful guy. But yeah, he's knocking them around, but they're also this. And of course, they almost get beat by Thanos
They
eventually.
almost get beat. And
That's when That's when Thanos gets mad and threatens to destroy the Earth.
yes.
Plus, isn't this where we see Captain America lift the hammer?
Yes, so I think when that's a scene where Iron Man Thor hit me, right, and then they shot him with that blast of energy, and then he fought off of it, and then he knocked Iron Man out.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knocked Iron Man out, and Thor's trying to kill him by but then Thanos is beating him hard, right? So he gets Stormbreaker, and then Thanos caught it. Thanos caught the Stormbreaker and tried to drive it into his chest.
Drive it into his chest.
And this went up. Well, you didn't know Captain America was going to pick it up because you thought it was Thor trying to pick up the hammer. So when you see he's still struggling, right? Then you saw the hammer hit Thanos. Then you're like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Dude, that was the biggest reaction that the whole theater I have ever been in my life.
Yeah,
Nothing was bigger than that reaction ever.
Yeah. Of course, America catches it. Of course, you get Thor. I
knew it. So at that theater, right, Heather was surprised too. He could pick up Mjolnir. And then I was like, I knew it too. I knew it since of Age of Ultron. But he nudged it a little bit, he could pick it up. And then we talk about it in the movie, but it's such a bigger scene when he's fighting with the shield and Mjolnir.
Yes.
Because he used to bounce and everything. He would throw the shield, right? Then he would throw the hammer at it. It would create that vibration. Then he caught both, and then he hit. Oh, it's just so good.
So, yeah, everybody's getting that. Everybody's fighting now.
Yeah, he's fighting Captain America, Thor.
But eventually he gets the upper hand again.
He gets the upper hand because he had the lightning. He struck it on Thanos.
Yeah. So, and then, they started using their. When saw everybody show up?
Everybody showed up when Thanos got the upper hand back on Captain America, right?
Yeah.
Then he used his shield because he lost the hammer. Then Thanos kept beating Captain America with his double-edged sword, and then it breaks the shield. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
just like we see in game Ultron.
Yes. So
Tony Stark's
I
vision.
didn't know that they could break the shield. So his weapon is more powerful than vibranium, or
I
is
don't know.
Thanos is
I
more
think that if
powerful?
you get a sword and a shield made out of the same material, if you hit the sword against that shield long enough, it's going to break it.
Oh, you same material.
Because
Okay.
if in a way, he kind of cut the shield. He was
He did
cutting
cut the
into the
shield.
shield.
So like when you
Because I mean,
ask,
it's sharpened vibranium's going to cut through a vibranium shield most
oh
likely.
okay, oh kind of like the alien technology can cut through the stuff.
Yeah.
Like
But we don't know exactly what Thanos' sword's made out
no,
of.
we
Like I
don't.
said, it
They
could be
never
made
said.
out of aluminium,
Oh,
like
that's
one
funny.
of his claws. But
So
we haven't heard this metal yet.
so you said when everybody's coming back, right? So that's when Captain America got back up, but he didn't say his famous line, right? But when he went to tighten his shield, you could see that was a cut on his arm. I guess from
Yeah.
the blade, right? When he tightened his shield, that's when he picks up the transmission, right? When he's like,
Yeah,
"Hey Cap,
transmission
do
on
you
your
hear
left.
me?" Oh man,
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, all these portals open up.
yeah, all these photos
All kinds
coming
of
up.
people. There's Wakanda's coming out. There's the people that Doctor Strange people from
The
all the
sorcerers,
temples,
yep.
all the sorcerers popping out. And you got, of course, the Falcon flies out.
Scarlet Witch came down.
Valkyrie comes out, and then of course
Wasp.
Spider-Man pops out.
Yeah, Spider Man, Star
Everybody
Lord.
is gone except for Vision,
Yeah,
who's destroyed.
he's
Comes
destroyed.
out.
Wow.
Of course, he's like Avengers symbol.
Yeah, everyone was an Avenger, right? Yeah. I like
Yeah.
how the plot, they took them a long time to come out, and Doctor Strange is like, is that everybody? What? You wanted more?
Yeah,
That was really funny, too. A lot of people online, right? I guess, I don't know when they do, like, it's kind of like when Ebony Maw's like, sir, should we attack? And Daniel's like, no, I want to watch this whole thing. Because it took them a long time to get lined up. And they could have been attacking this whole time, but everybody just stood around. And now
no,
it
this is
became a game of getting the gauntlet
yeah,
away.
yeah, getting the gauntlet across. Of course, Spider-Man and Tony Stark are hugging.
Oh, I know. They had a touching, emotional scene in the midst of all this battle.
Yeah.
And then you
And
see
somewhere along,
someone.
Gamora and Quill meet each other.
Ah, yes. And I want to talk about the team up before we get to that scene. The team up of Iron Man and Rescue.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
was
Oh, yeah. They back to back.
that was really cool. Back to back.
There's a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff.
That's a whole bunch.
This thing's just everybody's fighting. It's a free for
Right.
all.
Oh, you're right. So let's go back to the emotional scene between Iron Man and Spider Man, and now Gamora and Star Lord.
Yeah. And of course, this is not the same Gamora, and he
It's
doesn't.
not. He just doesn't know. He
Yeah.
wouldn't know.
This is alternative Gamora.
And I like she kicked him in the nuts twice. He's like, the first time you missed it,
Yeah.
but you got him both the second
Mhm.
time.
Both the second time.
And I like how
Because
Gamora
she's
asked
like, "This is the guy
everyone.
you're talking about."
Yeah, your choice was either him or a tree.
Yeah. Very true.
But
But
then they
yeah,
never touch on that.
we get the
Yeah.
fight scene. Yeah, so we get the fight scene, and then moving the glove across the field. What is it? Spider-Man
Well, it was Black
starts with
Panther
it.
first because
No, it's not Spider-Man.
no, it's not Spider Man. It's
Okay.
Black Panther first. Black
Yeah.
Panther got it from Clint. He's like, Clint, give it to me.
Yeah, he's the last.
Yeah, because what happens was like they were
Okay,
talking about
yeah.
like they need to get the
Of
like
course,
what they asked Captain America what to do, right? And Captain America said like we need to get the gauntlet as far as away get the stones far as away from here as possible. So they're like, well, we need to put them back. And he's like, well, they destroyed our time machine. That's when Ant-Man came up like, well, that wasn't our only time machine. Then he pressed the key to have that horn.
Yeah. And then they asked where it is, and I guess it was
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie spotted it.
He was like, I could tell you where the ugly van
And
is,
of
but
course
you're
they're
not gonna
fighting.
like it.
Yeah, they're doing the fighting. They're going to the house. I like it. It's eventually it's Wanda comes up and starts fighting.
Well, before Wanda
Thanos.
comes up, right? I like they did a line to go back to Ant-Man 2 because the Wasp got up next to Ant-Man, right? And she said, "We're on it, Cap." Because they had the whole conversation about like you call him Cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I like that. No, I think at this scene, right? If she could have destroyed Thanos here. Do you
Yeah,
think
she
so?
could have. And of course, Thanos doesn't know who she is.
No, I thought that part
She
was
almost
so
killed
good.
him.
She almost kills him.
He almost killed Thanos, and then Thanos, of course, uses his ships to shoot
Yeah,
everybody.
regardless of who. Yeah, exactly. Because he knew
He
he
was
was gonna
stupid
die.
to get away from him.
Yep.
Yeah, he was going to die. And of course, they're shooting everybody, and then of course, eventually, all the guns stop. They all
Oh
turn up in
wait,
the
wait! Before
air.
we get to that scene, let's not get there yet because there's so much more like a little bits and pieces of comedy scenes. If you remember, Spider-Man turned on kill mode, right? Because he got the gauntlet and he didn't know what to do, right? Because he got getting stuck. And then when Captain America said, "Brooklyn, hey, Queens," then he threw the hammer. But before he threw that hammer, remember, like,
Yeah.
there's a scene between Captain America and Thor. They both reached their hands, but they grabbed the wrong one. Like Captain America got Stormbreaker, and then Thor got the Mjolnir, and
Oh
he's like,
yeah,
no, 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 no,
he's in there.
give
You
me
get
the
the
big
little
one.
one.
You get the little one.
Yeah.
I like the how it carries Spider-Man. And during that time, I guess when Wanda was almost killing Thanos, right? That's when you said about the part with the guns. They stopped pointing into atmosphere to shoot at something that was coming. And I guess the ship could tell if there's another threat coming, because nobody knew what they were
Look,
shooting at.
yeah, they sent something approaching it to the atmosphere.
Yeah, and then even Tony was like,
And
"Hey,
of
Friday,
course,
what are they shooting at?"
it's Captain Marvel shoots, rips right through the ship. That's her thing. She
Yeah,
just goes, flies right through
she's
their
the thing
ship.
that she destroyed spaceship because like she flew to it like 2-3 times just to get it down, you know. And I like how that's when you know how like I like about Peter or Spider-Man in this, they were trying to get Peter to get to that van, right? They would throw him and a rescue like Pepper Potts would carry him until like and then she threw him to the
Yeah,
Valkyrie and he's like, "Hey, hi, I am." He always like to say, "I'm Peter Parker."
yeah.
I'm Peter
The
Parker.
best deal is when he's like when he's all rolled up in that little ball. He goes, and of course, Captain Marvel lands, and he's like, "Hey, I'm Peter Parker." She goes, "Hi, Peter Parker.
You got something for
You
me?
got something for
Yeah.
me?"
So I want to point out this scene, right? They do the girl power thing.
Yeah, this is your girl power you love. And the
So
Spice
when they
Girls got
give
that.
the thing, yeah, the Spice Girls thing, but then when Spider Man's like, you're gonna have to get through all that, and then like she got help, right? And I'm thinking she's the only person that didn't need any help. Peter and like Spider Man and Black Panther, right? They needed help during this, but once the gauntlet got to Captain Marvel, right? This is the part that she doesn't need any help anymore. But they did that part through for all the girl powers because suddenly Wobbs is there. I thought she was helping
One day
Ant
she
Man,
needs some help.
you know. But I thought Wobbs was helping Ant Man in
Now
that
she
part.
popped up. But you had to get all the girls together.
They
Yeah,
had to get all the girls together, right? That was really cool, though. You know? Did you hear me? Because you
yeah,
were,
I'm sure she was.
yeah. You cut in and out a little bit for me.
Well, that's okay. You're cutting in and out too. That's why I
Oh
don't know what you're
no!
saying.
Dang it! I said about the girl power thing, so I'm hoping you're not running into power trouble again because we're almost at the end.
I'm not running fire trouble. I'm running internet problems.
Oh, internet problem. So we gotta get through it.
Yeah,
Oh, so that's your
you
delay.
should
I
because it's
guess.
almost like 3 hours.
Yeah, it is. It's I got the time. It's almost 3 hours. We're about a few minutes away. I could tell that you're delayed by your responses.
Yeah. Okay. Let's get done with the battle, okay? Because the
Okay.
battle's long, and I'm not going to go through all this stuff.
Yeah, we
If
can't
you
go
want to
through
see
all
the
this stuff.
battle, watch the movie. Goodness
Yeah,
gracious.
they fought Captain
So
Marvel and
we
Thanos
get to
fought.
the end.
Yes, this is a very important scene.
Yeah, they're fighting over they finally get to the glove.
Yep.
And of course, what he takes the glove away from Captain Marvel.
He took the Power Stone off to fight to beat Captain Marvel with it.
Okay, yes.
Yes. Then he put
Then
it
they
back.
ended up on a yeah. They ended yeah. The glove. Yeah, they then Tony Stark fights with him over the glove, and you think he's got the glove, and he picks the glove up, and of course he says, "I'm inevitable." And then there's no
Tony.
stones on the glove.
Yep. It didn't work.
Yep, Tony's got didn't work. So Tony's stones all appear on. Ooh,
That's right. You see
wow!
this? I have.
You've been waiting. You've
I,
been waiting 3 hours to show me this.
I did. You have no idea. For people who just listen to the audio, I'm wearing the Iron Man's Infinity Gauntlet. At the same time when Shane said that, like he puts it on and he says,
Well,
"And I am Iron Man." I waited a long time to show you this, man.
and snaps his finger.
And he snapped his fingers. I had
I
this
know.
since last year.
You've been waiting all day. Waiting all
Not
day.
all day. Ever since we talk about this, I thought about this glove. Look how cool this is, man.
Oh, you've been waiting that long.
Yeah.
Wow.
I bought this before I
It
even
doesn't look
moved
like
to
the
this
glove
house.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like the glove from the movie, but we'll go with
No,
it.
it's just some kind of cheap rubber. Okay? It's really cheap. This stone I had to glue back on today because it fell. The power stone fell, the purple one.
Happens. Happens to the best of us.
That's right. I took a long time just to show you this.
That's what you get when you don't have Tony Stark or the dwarves make your gloves.
So he does a snap. I really
Yeah.
like how Thanos just sat down and took the defeat. He's not like
Yeah.
any other villain we ever seen in a movie.
Well, yeah, because he's wrong now.
Yeah.
The
He
ego
said,
almost probably couldn't handle the fact that he's wrong.
also, he's taking time to absorb that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just sat down. He lost.
Yep. He just sat down and lost.
I thought that was really good.
Then everything just starts vanishing.
Yeah, everything, all his stuff start vanishing. I love it. I mean, and then we had the emotional thing with Tony.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. This kills Tony.
Yep.
Yeah. This is horrible.
This is a hard one to take.
This
Because,
is-
before this, he asked Doctor Strange, like, is this the one we win? And he tells
you're
him.
right. He does look over at Strange, and Strange nods his head.
Yeah. And even before that, he asked, like, is this it? And Doctor Strange played by the time travel rules. If I tell you, it won't happen.
Yeah, but it finally got to the point where he's like, "This is it."
Yeah. This is it.
And of course, Peter Parker runs over there.
Yeah, and hugs him, right? Yeah. Oh, well,
Yeah.
he goes and talks to him, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really emotional for Peter.
Oh yeah, because he's like, "Stay with me" and stuff. And then here comes Pepper,
Yeah.
and she gets him out of the way.
And she tells him that you can finally rest.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because she realized, because she even asked Friday how much fire is on.
Oh, yeah, it's condition critical, yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
Man, of all, like, I didn't see Iron Man dying.
I didn't. After we made it past that first movie, I thought, we're good.
I thought Captain America was going to die.
Oh, did you? I thought.
Yeah.
Well, I thought they'd just not all retire at the end.
Oh, no. I thought because I thought it was going to end up like the end of Civil War, the comic books.
Oh, okay.
You need to take a heavy loss even for a powerful enemy like that.
Well, they took a heavy loss.
Because if you think about it, Captain America was the one that he didn't have anyone to hold on to. Because everybody that he knew was gone.
Yeah. Well,
Except for Bucky, things like that.
They had to make it even more emotional.
Yeah, so that's why I thought. So I want to get to the ending really quick, just in case because that's a question I want to ask you. So they go to the funeral, right? And after the funeral, you see everybody that's in Iron Man's life, even that kid that he met in Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
So we gotta talk about that.
Okay.
So obviously he's a lot older. So I didn't even know who knows to invite that kid to Iron Man's funeral. Isn't that weird?
Well, I'm sure they knew. I'm sure Pepper knew.
Pepper, see, thank you. I was thinking Pepper too.
Because he's probably getting taken care of by Stark anyway. So remember, we saw his garage.
Yeah, his garage, exactly.
And he maybe worked for Stark eventually.
You're right. Yeah,
he's probably, because in a way, he was like Peter Parker to Stark too.
Yes.
I mean, we just see Peter Parker in the movie because he's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And they've moved on, but I'm sure this kid was being taken care of just like Peter.
Yes, just like Peter.
I mean, Stark took care of a lot of people because you saw all the people there, all the families there, everybody was there.
Yeah, all the heroes were there.
Even people that probably weren't that popular, because we saw Secretary Ross.
Yeah, Secretary Ross.
And he had to stand in the back because he's like sending everybody to jail.
Yeah. And he's the one, and then Nick Fury shows up at the end, like at the end of that.
Of course, Captain Marvel stands at the back because she doesn't really know any of these people.
Yeah.
But you got all of Hawkeye's family standing there.
Hawkeye's family. And,
you got all of the Pims, even though the Pims didn't really.
Maria Hill was there. Yeah, the Pims were there. Yeah.
Yeah, Maria Hill. You got everybody.
Yeah, all the people were there.
And they're in the order of most importance too.
Oh, yes.
I guess except for Fury, I would say Fury was pretty important, but he stayed in the back.
He stayed in the back, yeah.
Because he is the one that got everything going.
Yeah, so everybody was at the funeral, and then they cut to, they didn't cut to immediately. They just went to Captain America needs to go back and put the stones back.
Yeah, and they're out in the middle of nowhere now.
Yep.
They're outside their building because the building's destroyed.
So here's my question. He was supposed to come back, right? But then it was an old man sitting at the bench, or not at the bench, was sitting down somewhere in front of him.
Yeah.
Did you think that old Captain America was in this timeline? Because he didn't come back through that little portal.
He's not in the time. Yeah, he's not in that. He can't be in the timeline.
You don't think so?
Yep.
You didn't think this old Captain America was in the same timeline of this whole MCU thing?
Nope. Can't be.
Why is that?
I don't see how he could, because if he just traveled back, he couldn't. You can't travel back in your own timeline.
Because basically you can't travel back in your own timeline.
Yeah, you can't travel back in your own timeline. You can only go into an alternate.
Oh, they went to the alternate to get the stones.
Yes.
Because sometimes I get that confused. Did they go to the alternate timeline, or did they just go further back in their own timeline?
No, you can't travel back.
Oh, because you can't change your past.
There originally.
Because
you can never go back. That's the thing. You can never go in any of these timelines, even the alternates. You can't go back.
Wait. So this is not a time travel movie. It's an alternate universe movie. An alternate
reality. It's a time travel in a way because you're going back in time. But the problem is you can't go back in time in your own reality ever.
You can't go back in your own reality, but you can travel through time to another reality.
Like 5 minutes ago. You can't show up 5 minutes ago because you weren't there 5 minutes ago.
But I'm showing up 5 minutes ago at a different timeline, at a different alternate reality.
It's the exact same timeline. It branches off at the point you hit it. There's nothing before it in their timeline. Their timeline matches yours. Let's say you got a timeline going straight ahead. Once you branch, let's say I jump 50, go back 3 minutes or something. There's going to be another branch up, and it's going to go this way.
Like the Back to the Future 2 explanation. Okay.
If you travel back that timeline, it goes into your timeline.
So now with the understanding of that, right? So why didn't Captain America come back to that portal? Why was he all the way over there?
Well, he made a time travel later on because he had to come in somewhere else.
That's what I'm saying. Where did he come from? I thought they used that portal to bring everybody back. Kind of like.
But he must have time traveled back to their time after Peggy died. Well, no, he would have had to come sometime later. And he has to come in that line somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't come back to that portal. That's what questions me the most.
He must have popped up right there, though.
At that way he was sitting?
Yeah.
And you know what? You're right. He got a different shield. Because that's the upgraded shield that he gave Sam.
But didn't he leave with a shield, though? He left with the upgraded shield, didn't he?
So when I paid close attention when Tony gave him the shield, right? It's this old one.
No. He got a shield after it got broken.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's the upgraded one. Yeah.
Didn't he leave with a shield? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. He didn't get that shield from Tony because Tony's dead.
Yeah, he didn't. He got that from somewhere else.
But remember, me and you had an idea that shield was the prototype from Spider-Man: Homecoming. Remember, Happy's loading everything up in the airplane, and he says, "You get the deal." He gets the shield. Maybe they found it, and maybe Tony kept it somewhere else, or they found it in the wreckage.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it's hard to explain where Captain America
is. Shield, right? Didn't he live with the shield? Didn't he have a shield and the hammer?
He lifted the hammer. I can't remember the shield now.
We gotta rewatch this just to see if he's got a shield in his hands.
You know what? I'm gonna do that right now.
This may answer a question.
I'm gonna look at that right now.
Because that means that in an alternate reality, maybe he got Tony there sending back.
So we have no idea how long or what Captain America did when. They could just make a whole series of what Captain America did.
He just got married and stayed quiet.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He went to another timeline and he watched everything that we've seen. While there's a Captain America in his timeline.
Hold on. Let me check out that. Let me go to that scene real quick. I'm gonna tell you right now.
But he did alter a timeline though.
He did, right? Like majorly. Hold on, let me see.
No, not major. He may not have missed. If he didn't talk to the Avengers and he made sure that Peggy didn't say nothing, then he wouldn't have altered it that much.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Before
you could go live in an alternate timeline and not damage it.
We forgot to while I'm looking this up, right? We forgot to talk about this one scene where.
I think we missed a lot of scenes.
No.
This is a huge movie.
Well, Thor was leaving Asgard. After the funeral thing, they went to Thor. He talked to Valkyrie. He gives her the throne.
We can get to that after we solve this problem here.
Yeah, let's solve this problem. Let me play it right here. He's getting the suitcase. Um,
Does he only have a suitcase and the hammer?
yeah, no, hold on. He's telling Banner that Banner's telling her Captain America that he's trying to bring Nat back. And then he tried. Okay, so he only got the briefcase, no shield. No shield. It's just a hammer on the portal. He got the stones in the briefcase and just a hammer.
So he must have interfered with the timeline then.
To pick up that shield, yeah.
He got the shield from somebody because it's a different shield.
Yeah, he's only carrying the shield and the hammer because he's got to put the hammer back.
Yeah, well, the shield's built different.
The shield is built different. It got the extra line in the silver part.
Yes, it's even got those little inserts in it.
Yeah. Yep.
So did you get this from Tony? Did Tony send it back?
He brought the shield back to Sam.
We don't know. This may still be the prototype shield, but Tony may actually gave him the prototype shield. And Tony may, in another timeline, Tony may be the only person that knows the secret.
Oh, you're right. Like the time travel thing?
Yeah, I think as an old man, he could jump out of that timeline long before they go fight Thanos.
Yeah. Oh.
Because you got to think, he went back to because we see the scene where he's dancing
with Peggy, back in the 40s.
Peggy, and it looks like the 1940s. So he would have jumped. He would have delivered all the stones, then decided, I'm going to go, and he made an alternate timeline
to live with Peggy
and go with Peggy. And he probably didn't say anything to anybody until towards the end of his life, and probably went to go find Stark.
So I want to ask you something. Did you think Captain America would probably age slower, right? Because he has super soldier serum.
That's what I don't understand. I don't know if he did or not. I would say he did because he's way in his hundreds.
No, not because he's freezing, right? Because I think let's just say
I think he goes slow, but not like Wolverine slow.
No, like Wolverine slow. Like let's just say by the time.
I don't think they go that slow. I'm gonna say they don't go that slow.
You don't think they go that slow?
You can't because it's gonna hurt the series when they're the real actor.
The real actor, I know, but I guess for the MCU, he still ages the same.
And plus, I think they age almost the same. I think it's just the ice or anything freezing makes it slow them down.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that part, but then in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, the Black Super Soldier, he ages the same.
Yeah, he got old too.
Yeah, he got old too, but he was appropriate for that
we'll see Captain Russia.
Yeah, Captain Russia.
I'm sure he gets old too, the same as everybody
Captain
else.
USSR, yeah, he did.
I don't think it affects them all that much.
It doesn't affect him like Wolverine does, because Wolverine is
not different. Like Wolverine. His deal's because of his healing.
Regeneration, the regeneration of cells.
So yeah, I'm going to say that Captain America got old for living life from 40s all the way.
All the way to
probably live a little bit longer than a regular person.
Yeah, he probably lived a little longer.
But because he froze, though, he got even more. He
got more time.
Yeah, he got closer to 200.
So, let's go with the Thor scene now. When he catch a ride with the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, he gets a ride with the Guardians of the Galaxy. Of course, he sees Quill.
He sees Quill.
Quill's doing his map, and of course he goes through his map. He goes, "Did you just change my map?"
You said you understand what I said, but then you just touched my map.
Yeah. We're clear here. Who's the captain or who's in charge here? And of course it's quiet.
It's quiet.
I'm in charge, and of course Thor looks at him and smiles.
Oh yeah, of course.
You are. Of course
you are. Yes, of course.
Yeah, I've seen Thor do something like this before in another movie where he agrees, but he's not really agreeing.
Yeah. It's just so great. So when they showed that scene right after all the Endgame sequences happened, I was so excited of Guardians of the Galaxy 3 because it's going to pick up from this timeline. I mean, from when they leave. Because they got to drop him off somewhere.
Yeah, because isn't Love and War next.
Before they announce any of them. Before they announce any Phase 4, right? Before they even announce that.
Yeah, before all the crap that happened afterwards.
Because I was thinking, that means the next Guardian movie is going to have Thor in it. Or the Thor movie is going to have them in it, whichever come out first.
Yeah, you're right. And you were probably right up until that. Yeah, but see, our timeline changed a little bit. And
yes, exactly.
Something else came out. So now the story's going to be different. But I guess that means the Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be in the next Thor movie.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking too. Just a little bit. You know?
Yeah, just a little.
And then the other thing is, Thor gave his
throne. But I don't know. Well, Marvel always works with time delays and stuff, and it seems to work better. They get a better story out of it.
They get more time to think about it, probably.
Because I mean, if some things didn't happen until up to this point, Loki would have been a whole different story. Never been a TV show.
Yeah. So it ended up for the. What did you think about Thor giving up the throne to Valkyrie?
I guess it's good. I mean, I didn't really think anything of it because if he becomes the Asgardian king, then it's going to be the end of the story.
Yes.
It's not going to be the same movies, you know. I want him to keep being Thor and traveling about and being himself. Yes. I don't want him to settle down and grow up and be a king.
I know, and that's why, like, when he gave the throne, right, and then he got it with the Guardians of the Galaxy, I think that it ended so great.
Yeah. And so that's the end of the movie.
Yeah, is the end of the movie.
It's the end of the credits for anybody that watched. Sat there, they're just hammering.
So what did you think of I think you and I talk about this, but not on here.
But I also want to go back to this other thing, which I like. The credits. The credits that shows all the credits of the deal. And then it shows our main heroes, the original Avengers. It shows them, says their name, and lets them sign their name.
Yeah, they signed their name.
This is exactly like Star Trek 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because, Star Trek 6, why I'm telling you this, is the end of Star Trek 6, that was the end of the original crew. It's Captain, William Shatner, Captain Kirk, James Doohan, Scotty, and all the crew. At the end of the deal, it shows they're signing their names.
Oh, that's cool.
I've ever seen this. It may be in other movies, but that was the first time I've ever seen. Because all the crew that leaves gets to sign their name, and it's the same thing with them. The only 9 people that sign their name are the people they're supposedly leaving, except for Thor now.
Oh! I didn't pay attention who didn't sign their name.
Yeah, well, you saw it was only the original Avengers. I mean, it was Captain America, Robert Downey Jr.
Chris Hemsworth.
Everybody is pretty much done now.
Ruffalo. They even put Scarlett Johansson sign her name.
She signed her name, but they also let Thor sign his name, Chris Hemsworth.
Well, it could just be people who was in Endgame, like throughout the whole series.
I think that most of them thought they were done now too.
Yeah.
I don't know when this happened. I mean, yeah, but basically it's the original team signing off.
Wow. Yeah, I like that part.
But yeah, we're gonna get Chris Hemsworth, which I'm happy. I'm glad we get to keep at least one of the original.
Yes.
Hopefully they'll keep the Hulk too.
Well, the Hulk, I think he's going to be in She-Hulk.
Want to come back.
Man, he's going to be in She-Hulk.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. So.
I'm just glad.
By the way, I don't know if you know this. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this news on here before we stop. I don't know if you heard it. Kingpin's gonna be in the Hawkeye.
I read the same thing. I read the same thing either today or yesterday. I was going to talk to you about this, but not in the end game because now let's just get to the ending, right? Like, did you think that was the scene, the hammering thing? Is not from Iron Man 1 when he's making the Iron Man suit?
Yeah, that's the same sound from the first Iron Man.
It is, right? Why did they put that there?
Yeah.
Like, why did you think?
I guess go back to the beginning when it started.
Go back to the beginning where it started. That's my thought exactly.
Yeah, back to the beginning started. It's just basically they thought that was probably the best way to close it out.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I mean, this whole series started with Iron Man.
It started with Iron Man, so it ends with Iron Man.
Yeah.
But it's really weird that when you say it's how it started, right? But then this is not the last movie on this phase of this whole MCU phase 3. Spider-Man is the last one.
Yeah, Spider-Man will be the last one.
Because we're doing Far From Home next, and it's the they go straight to the events after Endgame. Everybody's life go back to I guess normal,
Yeah, what is it? We'll get they're gonna call it the blip.
The blip, yeah, that's when they relearned it. Yep. So we'll talk about next Saturday, and then, dude, we're way over our time. I think this is our longest episode, but then because it's Endgame.
This is our longest episode.
It's Endgame, right? So it has to. Because we had to bring back so many things, the 21 movies before this one. So we'll hopefully next week we have this time, but we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna end it right here. Thank you for watching this segment of our reviews. I hope you had a great time listening to us. Be sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Laters.